Yo! Welcome back to the Justin Cast 2018 E3 recap and discussion. I'm Justin of the Justin Cast. Also, this is presented to you by On the Off Topic. Still don't have a name for this. Let us know in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe and share so people let us know what we want. Anyways, I'm joined with two fabulous people. Who you people be?
I'm still John this week.
I'm the artist formerly known as Tite Kubo.
What are you known as now?
Tite Kubo.
He's just, it's Tite.
I'm not an artist now, though.
But it's Tite spelled T-I-G-H-T instead of titty, as it is before. So what happened this past week outside of day drinking?
Outside of day drinking? A lot of fanboys.
I don't remember day drinking.
In their pants? I don't know.
Oh, that was me. Anyways, we're here to talk about E3. First off, we gotta define what E3 is. An overhyped piece of shit, goddamn son of a bitch, bastard that I look forward to every year and get hyped about.
It's alright.
It's definitely a time of the year.
It is too hot.
It's too hot. This shit is hot. This shit is popping. Are you ready? EA, we start. Boom. Here we go. EA.
F.
Did not see it, so no.
Hold on. Hold on.
I mean,
by the time I learned that they were even presenting, it was over. So I was like, oh, they're presenting today? Oh, well. Don't care either way.
It was Saturday, which is like not even like pre. It's just, we're just doing whatever. And I guess they were doing their own like EA experience over that weekend, which wasn't even on any days of E3. It was what, like that Friday, Saturday, Sunday or something weird?
Well, here's the thing, John. EA is a lot like my stepfather, and they operate under if you ain't going first, you're last. So they wanted to get ahead of it. They knew they didn't have a whole lot to show outside of one thing, so they
didn't show it though.
They showed it. They brought it.
People talked about it for like 10 minutes, and then we saw it.
Okay.
Shouldn't it be
so do you want to start with the big boy, or you want to start with some other?
Well, I mean, technically they teased the big boys. Like, we'll get the Anthem at the end of the show, and they're like, okay, we got to sit through an hour of your other stuff so we can get to the big game that a lot of people care about.
And just like EA, we've teased our little review of Anthem, but we're going to start with something else we know you're all going to like. Battlefield 5, we saw a multiplayer trailer. Did you know Battlefield was going to have multiplayer?
Yeah.
I thought it was just brawl mode or whatever.
Battle Royale?
It's
still technically multiplayer.
No. With bots. I don't know. It's Battlefield. It's like, okay, hopefully this one's
any war
good.
game is going to have multiplayer.
I don't know.
I saw there was a woman on the cover, and I just immediately tuned out.
I mean, unless we, like, make a squad and play, I don't want to play by myself, so it's probably a pass.
There are no friendships in war. War is hell.
In a cell?
In a cell.
Yeah, it's a crossover with WWF. So I mean, Battlefield 5. It looks like Battlefield. All right, just.
Did they show anything crazy?
No.
Other than
I feel like just human death isn't something you should just skip over, John.
This is World War II, right?
People died,
I don't know
John.
what this Battlefield is
I don't know. It's Call of Duty keeps jumping back for. I don't know what Battlefield's doing. We just did World War I, so are we back to 2 again and hashing that old thing over and over?
Pretty sure it was the War of 1804.
What was that?
The Spanish War?
The Spanish-American?
No.
The Cherokee War?
Listen, if you don't know about it, you don't need to know about
Trail
it.
of Tears?
John, let's not get political.
Yeah, it's actually the Tears for Fears War.
Shout out.
It's Battlefield, and it's got that crap. I guess, is Battlefield doing enough different to pull from the Call of Duty? Or
technically, no, but the Battlefield people are going to stick with Battlefield.
Oh yeah, but you want to try to pull in someone new, so you got to throw some sort of hook. Like
Battle Royale for the Fortnite people.
What was it, like Battlefield 4? They showed like the tower falling, and I was like, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, I remember.
But they showed that over and over, and it's like, okay. What was the big thing Battlefield 5 showed? And like, I don't even
Battle
remember.
Royale.
Battle Royale is the biggest thing they introduced new to it. That's it.
But since, and spoiler warning, everybody's getting a Battle Royale this year.
Unless they made fun of it.
At least they got out in front of it. So they announced the Battle Royale mode. I think that's enough time dedicated to Battlefield 5 V. Moving on to FIFA 19.
Boy, I love me some soccer. I follow the World Cup. I have no idea who's in it though,
Football.
but I love it.
Football, and there is World Cup DLC play right now. FIFA's, I love me some football. Go Madden.
And the big thing with FIFA, it's on Switch, so at least EA acknowledges Nintendo in their console. That's like the only big thing. It's on Switch.
Go Madden.
Woo.
And then I think they talked about Madden for a second. All right, so let's just get all the sports.
I'm sure
out.
they
I'm pretty sure
cover
they
their
should.
At this
sports
point, it's
franchise.
technically not a spoiler, but yeah.
NBA Live also was there.
That was awkward.
I'm not there for sports. I really do tune out. I look at Twitter reactions. Shout out to Ratatat22 who said, "Damn, they shot the goal." That was pretty funny to me. But so anything to say? Did anything stand out? Did they announce anything?
The only thing
You mean sports-wise or
on
anything?
this list and trailer-wise that I saw that I might possibly play if I were to have the right system was Sea of Solitude, only because it looks interesting. I'm not saying it's gonna be
realistic pirates.
I'm not saying it's gonna be a great game. It just looks interesting.
So we're gonna jump into their indie stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Sea of Solitude. The concept looks all right. People were really giving that woman a lot of things because she has an accent. It's obvious English is not her first language, and she was kind of excited to be on stage. I didn't think it was as awkward as many people thought it was. They were just like, translations please, Twitch chat being a bunch of fucking assholes. Which, it's kind of funny at first, and I was like, but she's really like, it took her a few tries. Lord help her. But the game looked alright. Did we really see all that much from it though?
Not really.
Not
a
a whole
like
lot.
an interesting concept.
And it's
to me.
coming out early next year. Alright, I'm going to break the mold and say, when you're an EA game, or when you're an indie game through EA, I just feel sorry for you as a developer because it just feels like you sold your soul. Now, I will say, I will eat dirt and say A Way Out was fun. I played it. I did not play it co-op.
It's supposed to be co-op.
Without anybody. Alright, I played it co-op. I just didn't play it with you two.
You played with Zane?
I played it with my friend Tyler, who's not here. And Tite Kubo, you'd really enjoy him. But so I just started. If you have an indie game coming from EA, I'm already skeptical as hell because I just want to know: did you sign away like your kids? Like, I just want to know, like, are you being fed? Blink twice if you need help. So that goes with Sea of Solitude. They showed off another game, didn't they? Or was it just Sea of Solitude? Or I think they showed Unravel too.
Yeah, which is technically an indie game, right? But
I mean, well, kind of, sort of.
or at least the first one was technically indie, but now they're.
I think I never played it.
I thought you said you played it.
No.
And you just didn't like the concept, so you put it down.
I didn't say I didn't like the concept. It was, once again, proceed with caution. It was like a Western developed platformer at the time where most of them, generally, Western platformers aren't that great. Once again, EA had me skeptical. I'm sorry if I got a bias. That's bias. But, it's got local co-op, couch co-op. They're appealing to that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got a red guy and a blue guy now, and you're stuck on
How do you know
island.
they're guys?
They're balls of yarn. I think the word for Spanish in yarn is male. So there you go. Stay off me, SJWs. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, Mr. Enriquez. You were an alright Spanish teacher. You really talked to me more about Resident Evil than you did anything else, which I'm cool with.
You're a horrible teacher.
He was a cool guy. He worked hard to get here. Mr. Enrique. Mr. Enrique. Sorry, if you want to come on the podcast, just email me, justincast@gmail.com. We'll have you on. We'll have a Resident Evil special, even though I know you've only ever played 4. I want your reactions to a game that was announced this year, but that's coming later, y'all. Tune in. So, what else can we talk about?
I like how this is Respawn instead of Respawn Star Wars, but
who cares?
They teased, hey, our studio's working on a game, but I can't say anything, and it's so far out. But hey, we're working on a Star
they
Wars
have a
game.
title though.
But they did the same thing 2 years ago with another studio saying they're working on a Star Wars game and showed us concept art. It's been I think it's been 2 years, or it might have been last year. We still haven't seen anything.
2 years, I think.
Yeah, I think because they literally just said like boom. Because I think it was with Battlefront. It was a year after Battlefront. I want to say. Speaking of which, Battlefront came out. They're tackling the most requested, most beloved era of Star Wars, the Clone Wars 2 and 3. Just you gotta go after the era that we all love, and put in the game. Genesis is an alright band, and they're putting them in the game. But I mean, Phil Collins is in the game somehow. But anyways, you got Count Dooku and Lord Zed as playable characters.
So was Lord Zed,
the villain from season 2 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. What's his name? Fucking the robot dude.
General Grievous.
Yeah, General Grievous.
General Grievous. Lord Zed's better. Could kick his ass. Hey,
I saw Lord Zed do nothing in Star Wars. Sorry,
because
in Power Rangers.
I think there's a point because you haven't seen him in Star Wars yet. He could whoop Rey's ass.
What did he do in Power Rangers?
He was married to that hot piece of ass Rita Repulsa.
He was naked all the time.
Yeah,
technically.
You know that old guy from DV from Tim and Eric?
Yeah.
Not him. It's the other guy. You know the old guy from the Tim and Eric? Like, can I have a bite of your apple? And they share the apple. It's that old guy. He's been in Tim and Eric. We remember we saw him in a Comic-Con one year, and he was like by himself sitting, and we were kind of sad.
I can't remember.
And me and Reed talked to him. We talked about Tim and Eric, and he told us that nobody really talked to him about that. And it's like, well, we were like, I mean, I don't think Reed knew, but I knew he was Lord Zed. I think Reed knew, but I'm like the biggest Power Rangers fan, so it's like he was there. I know we're getting off on a tangent. We get off on tangents, but so and that's about all I care about.
He was overall a good guy, yeah.
Yeah, kind of dickish. He told
me
to
kind of dickish, but
no, he wasn't.
I mean, he answered our questions.
He's like 90 years old. Anyways, I don't really. I'm sorry. This is gonna be really controversial. I don't give a fuck about Battlefront 2 or 1. I'm not going to jump in on that. No loot boxes.
What do you mean 2?
Battlefront 2. Did they have a second one?
Oh, that I thought you were talking about Battlefield for some reason, because they went whatever, then Battlefield 1, and then Battlefield 5 now. So, sorry, Battlefront 2.
See, to understand Battlefield, you must have a high IQ. so I mean, John, were you excited for the? I mean, actually, I'll talk about this. They've never had Obi-Wan Kenobi playable, and they're going to have the Ewan McGregor version. That's cool.
I thought that he was in the original Battlefield.
I don't know. He wasn't. He said character never in it, and I was like, how?
Yeah.
I guess they had original trilogy people in like Episode 7, but I was like, how is this an oversight? How you have Obi-Wan? He is a
Space Jesus.
Space Jesus. And then the other playable character is Anakin, and like his angsty form, which we all are gonna just. Hayden Christensen in another video game is just that's what I want.
Hayden Christensen.
So, you got anything to say, John?
On Battlefront 2? No, it's still broken. They were just saying, we messed up. Yeah, you messed up. I don't know. I don't think I'll be going back. Unless for some random reason we decide to go, hey, let's play it and get hooked. But
I won't play that game for anything except for the low price of free or somebody buys me a copy. If you want to donate a copy of Battlefront 2, fans, just don't fucking support it.
Well, I mean, what if randomly it gets on PS Plus or Xbox Live as one of their free games of the month?
Too much work.
Too much work. It's literally open up your phone, add to library, done.
Listen. If somebody has bought the game already and wants to give me their copy, I'll stream it live, and you'll get my honest review. But anyways, so the last thing before the big mother.
Hold on. Yeah, are you going into the CNC?
Yeah, we talking about Ku Klux Klan Mobile.
That's not CNC,
but Command and Conquer is getting a mobile game that simplifies everything that was good about Command and Conquer. So,
I was gonna say, do you think Command and Conquer, like diehard fanboys, will get this, and do you think they'll enjoy it, or are they just gonna get it because they're fanboys?
I feel like this game is going to do all right because it has the Command and Conquer name, but then it's going to get just like all these games that brag about downloads. Just because once they have that statistic, it's going to look big. I just don't see it having any longevity, and they spent like 3 hours on it.
And it's just quite that long, but they tried to shoutcast it, and it didn't look fun, even with the shoutcast.
How do you shoutcast a mobile game?
Yeah,
they tried. EA tried.
They threw like 7 white guys on a mic and said, "Talk about this game." It really just doesn't look fun, guys. And this is I've only played like one Command and Conquer, and that's about all you need to play to really know that this isn't the game that you wanted. Like, they're making a mobile game because mobile's the biggest install base. But shoot, guys, you can make a mobile because you know you're doing it on the cheap.
Stop showing me your meat, Tyler.
And then
It's good meat. It's texting me.
just make one on like the PC.
You
Make
realize
a new
you're
one.
part Texan.
Come on. Come on. Come on, EA. Call me. I'll be the creative director behind the new Command and Conquer. We'll fucking put a Rick and Morty skin. Jesus Christ, gangbusters. Just kidding. I don't want that. Anything. You guys got something to say about Command and Conquer Rivals?
Or was that a
No.
final title?
Yeah, I think it's like a Need for Speed Rivals knockoff, to be honest with you.
Oh God, no.
Well, I mean, I don't really think I played any Command and Conquers on the PC or whatever console it was for.
It's PC.
Okay, yeah, I never played it on the PC, so no real opinion. But why mobile? That's all I have
I
to say.
legitimately
Because
bought that
everything's
here.
mobile. Everybody wants to throw some sort of mobile version of.
Because it's the
game.
biggest install base. And you can make it for on the cheap, and you make some like tie-in paid tie-ins. And there you go.
They want to be the next Pokemon Go. I don't know.
Did you know that game still makes over $1 million a day?
Yeah, a day
A day.
in
Still.
Japan or
Everywhere. But apparently, like, they still, like, I think I saw Egoraptor say something like that, like, no matter how much you think about it, it's like this game still makes $1 million a day.
jeez, off ads or people buying stuff or
Ads, people buying stuff,
Microtransactions.
yeah, just microtransactions. That's all you need.
I mean, they could probably just run the servers in the game like indefinitely off all the money they made.
Already. So,
And now it's going to be support for Pokemon, which that's later. The
All
real
right.
thing, the real reason everybody tuned into EA was to see more glorious Anthem gameplay. But all we got was a tease, and then once we finally got there, we got the developers talking,
all right.
which felt like 25 minutes.
So here's how you definitely present a game, guys. You hype it up. This is a game. Everybody just wants to see it in action.
Drop a giant
So
goose on
let's
the stage.
let's have a 20 to 25 minute Q&A session with developers, and only in the background do you see the looping of a 15-second gameplay and 3 or 4 different concept arts over and over. Okay, you don't, and then when they did get to gameplay, it was for like five minutes, and then they cut in between stuff. So obviously the mission wasn't ready, or they didn't want to show certain parts for some reason. You could have. They said it's like an early mission, but you could have just shown that and just answered the Q&A as it is, because it's not like you did anything substantial in the gameplay or in the questions asked. I mean, they did say something after the fact that multiplayer isn't going to, or PvP isn't going to be in the game at launch. So they're already talking about features not in there, and it's launching in March, right? February, right? I think it's February, March, something like that.
I thought it was March.
Yeah, it might be March. So you got it hitting in March, February, so that's springtime. And spring 2019 is looking loaded, by the way. But that's launching, and it seems to be like, and people are already calling it EA's Destiny, that it's not going to launch with a lot of content. And to get down to the nitty-gritty of it, Anthem lets you fly around in an Iron Man suit, and if I can get that game with Amazon Prime, and I'm only just paying like $45, $47, and I just get to fly around like an Iron Man suit for the beginning of a story, I guess I'm okay with that. But then again, I also feel like I'm part of the problem if I do that, because I played Destiny 1, was really hard into Destiny 1, and then there was no content after the first month or two, and I moved on. I'm bad about that. If you can't give me content, I can't have a game to play. I have such a backlog, and I play way too many games as it is. I have to move on, unless you're Smash Brothers, but or like a fighting game like Street Fighter 5. I still pop in every now and again. So
overall, since we covered every game on this list right now, what would you give the overall grade for EA? And we'll go down the list: Justin, John, then Tite, Kubo.
all right,
Letter grade wise,
Yeah, letter grade. Oh well, letter grade, or if you want to give an out of 10.
I would just stick to
letter grades. John, what do you think? Or did you have any more to say about Anthem before Tite kind of just pushed us along?
What they showed purely in their conference was nothing. It's like, if you look after the fact, it looks pretty good, and I wish they would show more of that, but the EA conference by itself if I could give lower, I'd give lower. I'd give a F minus.
Give an F minus, huh? Tite, what about you?
Well, see, I didn't see it live. I just saw games that were announced. So, in terms of my actual grade, I technically can't really give a, what I saw grade, but at time of presentation. But out of the games I saw that I am interested in, just for Sea of Solitude, I'd give a 2 out of 10 and or D minus.
D minus.
Wait, a 2 out of 10 is equivalent to a D minus?
God,
Yeah.
Okay.
So an F is a 0?
Yeah.
Didn't.
So
okay.
F minus is -5.
Sure,
20 is
whatever.
a 0.
0.5.
What? A 20 is a 0. I mean, a 20 is a D to
A
you?
2 out of 10.
I know you weren't the greatest student, but I guess you want to have some leniency.
All I'm saying is,
Sure.
I'm not going to give them that because I didn't really, give them a chance of the day because I didn't know they were presenting. But out of that one game,
No. All right. I guess it's my turn. All right, Electronic Arts. Let's see what you talked about.
or as they said at trivia, Electronic Arts soft.
I came in. I knew you were going to talk about sports. You talked about sports. I've told you I don't want to hear about sports. You showed Anthem. You teased Anthem like 3 times. You teasing me. Come on. I farted because I want you to know. It might not pick up on the mic, but I'm disgusted. For you, I award no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. I'll give you...
Jesus, that smells.
I don't think it's a D. I don't think it's an F. A failure would be like fucking out there stumbling. Like, at least they showed a few games that look interesting. They might not be for me. I'll give them a D.
That's generous.
I'll give them a D. I mean, Unravel, I would play if I wanted to play with something. Sea of Solitude looked fine, and Anthem I plan on playing. So if there's a couple games in there and they didn't present it well, like I would, if like they didn't screw up Anthem like they did in that Q&A thing, I could argue a D plus or C minus. But that's just me being a little bit more generous. But all right. So who's next? I think after EA went Bethesda.
Bethesda.
Yeah.
All right. So Bethesda. So,
Rage 2, Andrew WK, y'all.
So we started. All right. So Bethesda thought, what do people not like about Ubisoft, and let's do that for the lulz. So we had Andrew WK come out and play some song that's supposedly the theme song for Rage 2, and Rage 2 gameplay-wise looks all right. I'm more interested in Rage 2 than I was the first game. I didn't play the first one.
The
so
first
I
one.
didn't even know there was a first one. So.
I really feel like a title with Rage
didn't.
2 should tell you there was a first one.
I know, but I'm saying before this, I was like, what is Rage?
What is Rage?
I mean, it came out, like 6-7 years ago, and it was decent controls. I think it came out at the wrong time and just sort of got swallowed up. It was kind of above average at the time.
Yeah,
But this was like a new thing they were trying. It's like, okay, we're getting it, and it's like, and then they released Doom, and it's like, okay, now they know how to get it. And this one looks very tight and looks like they've learned a lot from Doom and looks good.
And they're going for that sort of Mad Maxy vibe, which is definitely scratching the itch for the Borderlands 3 that we didn't get this year. And I know that's not Bethesda, but it's kind of like, if this gives me if this is scratching a little bit of that itch, I'll be fine. Plan on picking it up. Didn't like the performance from Andrew WK. Didn't need it. Seemed fillery, but they had a longer conference than I was used to, because I think last couple of years they've only had like 35-40 minute conference.
I think they stretched it to almost an hour, but this one I think eclipsed an hour and went almost an hour and a half.
Well, but at least like last year was the one where they did Bethesda Land.
Yeah.
That at least had interesting parts about it. I will say this up until Lord Todd Howard comes out, a lot of the presenters weren't that great, and they spent a lot of time on some other stuff. Speaking of which, let's move on.
No, let's not move on. I got a laugh out of this person's not a mimic. That's it.
Yeah, baby.
Well, which game was that for again? Elder Scrolls?
Elder Scrolls, that's way later, dude.
No, just Elder Scrolls in general.
That's way later, dude.
What
so
Doom?
let's move on.
I'm pretty sure it's like the Doom trailer, like, hey, Doom Eternal or whatever was announced, and it was like, okay, good, more Doom. I want that.
Yeah, exactly, because the Doom 2016, alright, I love Doom on SNES. There was one on SNES, wasn't there? Yeah, pretty sure there's one on SNES.
I'm sure it's been on every platform known to man at the time. It feels
sure
like they ported it on
I know
everything.
the graphics look like SNES. All right, I didn't own the cart. I played it on PC on my emulating days. So I'm pretty sure it was SNES. But if it wasn't, I'm fucking sorry. But it looks like it. But, so Doom Eternal, it was like a little just CGI trailer. But I'm glad they're making a second one. We kind of all knew it was happening because Doom was so fun and sold so well. So I'm really excited to see how they can up the ante. And I'm just so glad they nailed like the fast-paced, just fuck around of Doom. And so Doom Eternal looks like they're gonna up it. It's gonna be fun. I'm pretty sure we're gonna kill some demons. Calling that now.
I have my doubts.
Oh, we're gonna kill angels. Pretty sure they've done that before. But we're getting more gameplay this later at Gamescom, I think they said. QuakeCon, yeah, sorry.
Remember, because they were holding. I was like, oh, we'll show you more there, and then it's also
they got like what new characters in Quake or something like that. They were showing off also.
Yeah, they showed off Quake,
they
which
they would show more at QuakeCon. So it's like, but I'm like, yeah, they want to hold it back for their thing, but it's good. It's like Quake is ramping up, and we'll see more Doom there.
Yeah,
I feel like Quake's just going to be like an everlasting thing. Because it's so it was so iconic for when it came out, and it was a good multiplayer game at the time.
The only thing that scared me is either it's going to come out and finally come out and do really good, or it's going to be a drop in the hat, which is more than Quake deserves more. And I'm kind of scared that's how it's going to go.
Do you think it'd be as good as Overwatch is doing or was doing?
I don't think so.
I mean, Quake isn't really like a microtransaction game, is it?
No, but it's still in the similar style. It's like you have your champions and the different things. And when Overwatch came out, it kind of got you that Quake itch. This is...
Yeah. I'm just hoping... I'd love for Quake to come back and do great. I just feel like they've announced it, and it got some hype, and it's kind of petered off, and I feel like they need to be ramping that up again. But Quake, still going to get... I really love Quake, because it's a lot like Doom. It's the fast-pacedness of it all. You get in, you get out. It's not slow. So the other thing they covered was some Wolfenstein DLC. I haven't played 2 yet.
It's good from what I've played.
It's sitting on my desk somewhere. So
you just cleaned off your desk or put in your new desk.
All right, it's sitting on my shelf with games I plan to play in the next 6 months. Hopefully,
but more games are tacked on it.
They took a bold stance. Because I know these two motherfuckers were really pissed when they said it.
For what?
Fuck Nazis.
I didn't care.
I know is they took a bold stance.
I mean, yeah, like we're the only game or game studio that will show Nazi symbols and be like, fuck them. But
I'm pretty sure Sakurai said fuck Nazis. They just didn't translate it.
But other than that, like I mean, yeah, bad people, but I don't care if they're in games or not. So
I don't know. I just think that it's really cool. That Bethesda does stuff like they kind of don't give a fuck at a certain point. Like, yeah, fuck Nazis, especially with the current political climate, presence of fucking Nazi. So
they're definitely the edgiest out of all the parties.
Ooh, the edge. All right, so moving on. Did they announce another Prey DLC?
I mean, they announced like
new
game plus, and it was like more content, like free content or something. No,
yeah, you're just escaping the moon, and I love the moon.
All right.
So where does Jade and the Moon rank? Which one's on top? What's
the
on
moon.
the bottom? Oh, dang.
It controls the oceans, John.
Oof.
The ocean is everything.
Jade needs to step up her game.
All right. So Prey, didn't play it. Plan on playing eventually. Looked all right.
Eventually, maybe. At this point, who knows?
Bethesda. I'll play it eventually. If it's
put it on the Switch. He'll play it then.
All right, Bethesda. I'm gonna get it. You've earned it. But if it's not Elder Scrolls or Doom or Fallout, it's not like start right now.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's kind of hard to. You got Fallout that's coming out this November. It's like at that point everything gets dropped. What was it? November 11th?
Yes.
Something like whatever. November till through Thanksgiving and probably until Smash comes out is all Fallout 76 multiplayer Fallout.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna like form our little Justin Cast crew and just wreak havoc on whose ever world.
Please join me and just firing nuclear missiles on Tite Kubo's farm. Let's rain down hell.
We will destroy his cabbages over and over.
If he thinks he can get away with what he's done, he's got another thing coming. What does that mean? Join me in West Virginia and find out. Also, I mean, I really enjoyed listening to John Denver's West Virginia. So, I mean, I was singing
We're
along.
in the South. It's like, sing about your state, and we're kind of hooked.
I mean, it's a good song. I've been to West Virginia once. And
much
I will
better.
say...
I technically have.
I will
But
say...
technically, how?
It was a ski trip that went into there, so technically.
So, okay. They say the map is 4 times bigger, and people had a little bit of a problem with Fallout 4's map being a little bit barren. So
Well, this is why this looks like lush. It's like, it looks like different environments, which is almost unheard of.
Yeah,
for
they
Fallout
said
games.
it's like the early days when like the first nukes went off.
Yeah.
Oh, get out there. So there's still gonna be like some trees and like greenery there.
Well, the fact there's like a tree, but there are trees, and it's like, it's not the same turd crap brown everywhere or green.
Yeah, you're in West Virginia mountains.
I know it's
Like-
obvious, but to state the fact that this is pretty much Fallout 4.5, and New Vegas had more content than this. They're using the same engine.
If anything, I'd say it's closest to maybe a Fallout 4.9.
prologue,
honestly.
final chapter.
Honestly, I mean, if you add multiplayer and it's like, and you make that big of a map, if there's like no missions anywhere, maybe, but that's a lot of work to make a map 4 times the size of Fallout. That was a big
Alright,
map.
I
So
don't
we
know.
know
Breath
the
of the
release
Wild.
We know the release date. When will that shit be actually playable, John?
The weird beta they're doing, which we can't remember what the acronym stands for.
No. We'll break in early test application, Tyler, not access. You
Hey,
cost us the win.
it starts with an A.
You know what else?
Yeah, we
starts
do
with
a
A?
beta.
You're an ass, you alcoholic asshole.
Hey, we got second place. Anyway.
I mean,
Shout out to
okay,
Chris.
my thing is like, there's going to be some bugs. It's their first online Fallout, so they need to make as many...
Whoa. A Bethesda game with bugs.
That's what people
Well, no,
right?
that's what I'm saying. A Bethesda game, a Fallout game with bugs, and it's your first online. Jesus Christ, that shit's not going to run. Like, that shit is
not
not
his
going to...
first online.
It's going to be just
attempt.
like Grand Theft Auto launch again with online. They're like, here's the date for it, and that shit didn't fucking play for like 3 days unless
Well,
you're really lucky.
Was it a stress thing? Or?
Everybody was getting on. I mean, at least now it's more common where they do a stress test. They need to do a beta like
But
every
the problem
month.
is, this game is going to sell ridiculous, and whatever console you're on, odds are the server's going to be worked to hell. And
That's what I'm saying. With the server issues, we already know is going to happen because the betas, they're going to probably do a lot. They need to stress test this game a lot.
I mean, that's
With
what
the
their
bugs,
beta.
it's just like, ooh, this is going to be scary.
As long as it's not game breaking like it was in Skyrim, where it's like I was trying to do this one quest line and I could never finish it because they never fixed the PS3.
Well,
I don't think they ever fixed
My
that.
history with the Fallout series was I played about 25 hours of Fallout 3.
And then fell through the map.
I got locked into a room with a save point hidden, and I could not leave the room. I was locked in that room, and I did not touch Fallout 3 for like a year because I'd already sunk 25 hours in this character. I'd done so much. I mean, I know there's a lot you can do in Fallout, but I was like, I'm just not starting over again, and I didn't touch it again until like I think they announced New Vegas, and I was like, all right, let's hop into this. So actually, no, it was after New Vegas came out, so I was like, whatever, let's just get in.
I at least finished the base Fallout games.
I
Doing all the
actually-
DLCs, it's like...
No, I don't think I played
haven't
any
done
DLCs.
those. That's the problem. I haven't done all the DLCs for the others, but I at least finished the base game at some point.
I haven't played any of the Fallout games.
They're fun.
I mean, okay, so
You play MMOs. These are basically like
the
solo
past
MMOs. where
roughly
you
1 to
just-
2 days I've played Fallout Shelter, but that's about it.
On the PC?
PS4.
Oh!
And it was free, so.
Yeah, they did announce that for the Switch and PS4. They launched it that night for free. I played Fallout Shelter 3 years ago when they first announced it. I played it for, like most mobile games, 2 days.
I mean,
And I
I
never
pretty much
touched it.
maxed out my base. It's like, well, I built everything, so I'm like, I'm done.
I'm pretty sure they've added more, but
They have, but it's like, it's just another, hey, this makes this a resource, this makes this resource,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like, okay.
I'm just not a mobile gamer. I'm not a mobile gamist.
You don't take enough craps, apparently, because that's all mobile gamers
You
good
know,
for.
I may not take a lot of craps, but when I do, I'm
Well,
in there for a
I'm
while.
sorry. Right
I
now,
read books on the toilet.
you play your Switch on the toilet.
I do. I'm not ashamed.
I mean, so far I probably have at least roughly 2 to 3 hours into Fallout Shelter. I'm the type of person who will wait for resources to get ready. I'm sorry, I will do it.
Yeah, you play WoW. We know you got nothing but time on your hands instead of
Yeah,
game
boy.
time. Woo!
WoW nowadays I just tab out and just do whatever until I'm like, oh, okay, I want to play again. So
Let me get a
Gameplay.
quick jerk in before.
All right, so we moving on.
Tite Kubo.
They finally let it loose. They're making their first original IP in 25 years. Because you gotta mind this about Bethesda.
Which one?
They pretty much, if you listen,
Starfield?
yeah.
Yay!
One of
they
the
pretty much-
games I kept saying, hey, they got to reveal it, which they
Because
didn't reveal.
They just
anything.
showed a.
It's in space.
Yeah.
Yay! Thanks.
I
but
didn't see that
more?
coming, John. With the name Starfield.
Well,
I
apparently
really-
you didn't listen to my prediction, you little son of a.
What
bitch.
I'm saying is, I didn't predict the name Starfield was going to
I
be
even
in
said
space.
Starfield.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't think with the name Starfield it was going to be in space.
What do you
They
think
really
it's setting in? Ty Kubo's butt?
Yeah.
I'm being facetious.
My butthole's
His
a
inner
star.
intestines?
I really thought they were going to try and get the drop on
Is this
Ubisoft,
the tale of Lemmiwinks and
embedded
Tyler's
and
ass?
have it in modern day
Who's
Douglas,
Tyler?
Douglas County, modern
He's
day.
a sick, perverted man that has issues.
Says the guy talking about himself also.
Maybe we'll have him on the cast one day. So, okay, they're making their first IP. Great. Cool.
Didn't
see
show anything, so
Maybe
it's like,
next year.
yay?
I mean,
Okay, so Starfield, when I first saw it and they were telling like, yeah, you can go to these things, I was like, is this pretty much a No Man's Sky but better?
no, we don't know. We don't know. Could it just be a Fallout in space? Fallout, Elder Scrolls in space? Most likely.
I mean, I'm hopefully
probably-
they showed it during someone's panel, but during their briefing,
I really think that's very early. In fact,
they've been working on it for a while, though.
Well, okay. So either it's releasing in the next few years, or I feel like that and the other big announcement they had are going to be next gen. I know. I for fucking sure believe that other big was
any
gonna-
game that got announced during this one that wasn't given a 2019 date, I feel is being developed for current and next gen. Guaranteed.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure they both will.
For
but I
any
feel-
game.
I almost feel like we're not seeing that. Other one. This one might be 2020, maybe, because I mean, ow, you son of a fuck. But
I don't know. Bethesda's not like Nintendo. Like it's coming in 6 months, but they're pretty much like, hey, we're gonna probably release this. We're shooting for within a year. It feels like. I would think by next holiday season, Starfield or at least something should be shown and be like, okay, we didn't quite meet it. It'll be early 2020. I think they're shooting for late next year or something. But then again, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to balance it with Elder Scrolls 6 that they just go, hey, we're making this game. Big surprise.
I kind
They're
of,
making it.
I know, I'm not going to say like toot my own horn, but I did say I thought that's how they were going to end the show because it's like, it's been long enough.
It feels like a cheap cop-out. Ooh, Elder Scrolls 6.
But
Yes,
they-
we assume you're working
but
on
guess
it. You
what?
have 3 IPs.
But
you
I
worked
said, and it did exactly what it did. They just had, I was about to say Fallout, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 6, and the world exploded. I mean, they didn't show anything. They actually just showed generic thing. That is definitely PS5 and later. PS5, Xbox 2, and PC 3, PCP. So, I mean, it was... Alright, I'm really excited for another Elder Scrolls. It's been far too long. 2011 was Skyrim, and then 2012 was Skyrim again. 2013 we saw Skyrim again, and now we finally got it on our Google Home Alexa, which is actually an actual thing. That wasn't actually a joke. You can go play Skyrim on your Alexa. We don't have one. It's not Google. It's Amazon. Amazon, sorry.
I don't
Hey,
know.
Amazon, you want to know what? Unless you fucking sponsor us, it may as well be goddamn Google. How about you throw your balls in your court, Amazon? You either sponsor us or fucking Walmart's got 2 day shipping now.
Yeah, they do. It's
Ring
free
my
also.
bell. Ring my bell. Alright, so another thing they showed off, which actually looks cool to me, and I know I've talked shit about everything on the platform so far. A mobile Elder Scrolls game called Blades.
Sure. I mean,
I'm not going to download it. I don't have time. I don't care about it.
It's free.
It's free, but I'm not going to play it.
It's worth trying, and it's like, okay, it's interesting enough, and you can play with one hand.
And the fact that he said they've
When
been working
am I
on
going to
it.
have the time? When am I going to open the app?
Well, the fact,
I don't know why
For
you're
me-
looking at
for me
Smud.
specifically.
I don't know.
One thing that makes me excited is the fact that they've been toying around with the idea for 5 or 6 years, which means they wanted to wait until they had a good enough concept to go with. And if they make it with a little bit more content, I mean, if it has more content than most mobile games, I'll be fine with it. It's got a level of customization where you know there's going to be microtransactions, but it's a freemium game. It's got to make money somehow because it's really been in development for this long. And it's got the Elder Scrolls name attached. It's going to do gangbusters. I'm excited for it as long as it's not too barren on release, but I do expect that, especially if it's supposed to launch this year, right? Later this year?
Yeah, because it sounded like it was supposed to be.
Yeah, you can like
soonish.
pre-order the free game now, so it can just install on your phone.
Well, I mean, are you going to get an iPhone X so you can play it? Because
I
he
do
was
hope-
really pushing the iPhone X.
because it probably runs like crap on everything
Yeah.
else. So.
And mysteriously enough, my phone decided to crap the bed battery-wise, so thanks, Apple.
I mean, I got an upgrade.
Yeah, I do too, but I
So-
don't want to drop upwards of $1,000 toward a phone.
Damn. John, I'll drop $1,000 of your money on a phone from me.
For you, maybe.
So, Bethesda, that was it. What's our thoughts? How we feeling? Who we looking at? Alright, I will say this.
So are we going into the grading or?
Let me
Because
read.
you're,
Okay,
you're saying
look,
like
Todd
what are our
Howard.
thoughts
All
on
right,
it?
before we go to the grades, I will say Todd Howard is
Great presenter.
Keno.
a one handsome son of a bitch.
Eh.
He killed memes and he started his own. The whole degenerates thing is going to be used for years to come.
Yeah.
So Todd Howard, really great presenter. He actually cameoed on somebody else's.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
And I think that was before.
Wait, fuck!
We messed up.
Son
the-
of a fuck.
we
Alright,
messed
guess what? Alright, fuck
Reverse.
this format. Fuck this. No, we're not going to edit this. We're going to do the third parties and then the main boys.
Yeah,
So,
that worked, sure.
guess what? Fuck you. At a certain point, we're working on this format. We're new to this. We're little babies.
What are you talking about? We go off topic. It's our inner nature.
It's on the off topic.
We're gonna rate fast food. What you have for dinner?
I had.
I mean, he had Taco Bell for like half lunch and
I mean-
dinner also. So
I mean, was the lunch better than the dinner?
It's
I mean-
Taco Bell. I'm just written it.
he had the dinner in the movie theater, so or the lunch.
Anyways, now let's go to grading.
Bethesda.
Donald, Bethesda, go.
Bethesda was good. I liked it. I felt like this Elder Scrolls 6 was a little bit of a cheap cop out,
Yeah.
but I think overall they had a good flow. Didn't stick on presenter too long. Had a good pace. I liked it. I think it was solid. So, but it didn't wow me. That's the part that didn't get me. I wasn't like surprised or wow. I was like, yes, you're working on this. And so,
Is that because of Walmart Canada or?
Yeah, that was a fucking
that
good
does
joke.
screw it up, and it's like, okay, it would have been a little more surprised. Oh, Rage 2, and it'd been this cool opening of like hard rock, whatever, and it'd get in the mood. It's like it was good. So
That was a good joke.
I would say a B minus. It was solid. It
a
could
B
have.
minus.
I mean, it's good. It's not like outstanding, great A plus material, but it's like, it's solid. It's good. I like it. I give it a B minus.
Okay, so that's a B minus from John.
Just because I didn't get the good surprise I wanted. It's like Elder Scrolls 6. It's like if you wanted a bit of a higher grade for me, show like gameplay or a town or
Tits.
something. Not just a title like, oh look, here's my dick. Elder
You wanted to
Scrolls
see
6.
Dick?
I mean Todd Howard's dick. What does it look like? Do you know?
I
It
don't.
looks-
Why do you want to know?
It has a fully
I'm just
functional
curious.
application of Skyrim.
John, you're the self-proclaimed non-gayest of all of us. Why would you want to see?
I am the non-gay.
I mean, he is not a tall man. He must be confident for
It's
some
all right,
reason.
ladies and gentlemen. I'm
I mean,
non-gay.
he said he's been going since like the first E3, so
I mean, are
Whoa!
you
he
intimidated?
has time on stage.
Are you intimidated with your 23 inches?
better look
You
the
think he
fuck
might
out.
beat you?
No,
He's
I'm
not
just saying.
gay.
Why do you care about Todd Howard?
He's not gay. That's his
Because he's not a dumb person, and he only
So,
does stuff
so
for a
you
reason.
you base people's worth on their intelligence, not who they are as a person.
John, what's
Isn't
more
that
important
part
to you
of
and a
the
man?
person?
It
Intelligence
is,
or
but
dick size?
what you just said was based off who they are, not by their intelligence, not as a person.
He's not gay. All right.
What's
so-
your freaking grade, Tite, Kubo, Tyler, whatever?
Kubo.
Yamaguchi.
I don't know.
Kubo, here you go.
I mean, me personally, I'm not probably going to buy any of these games that they announced.
What are we talking about? I'm probably going to buy you a Fallout 76 so we can play.
You know at least half these titles you can get on a Steam sale in like 8 years for like $3.
Yeah, I mean, that always happens.
And that's when I'll buy
I mean,
Fallout doesn't
if
intrigue
you're
you
a
in the
diehard, get this company's games day one, and I respect you for that if you are that way, but I'm not going to do it.
I mean,
I think overall their presentation was at least a B.
How does Skyrim not like intrigue you? You're into WoW.
Because, I mean, I did buy Skyrim. I just never really played it. But I respect
everything.
the modding community of it. I respect people loving it for the story and or just the playability. But I have not currently
But you
played
don't
it.
respect the game enough to play it.
I
Not
don't
even
have,
for
I
like
don't
10
have the
minutes?
time. I don't want to open Steam for it. But overall, I think overall I would probably enjoy it. I just haven't played it. So
I could open up Steam or look at Smut. Smut wins.
yeah,
Tyler
every time,
Myers.
John. I know I can see it in Skyrim, but what's better?
You know there's nude mods in Skyrim.
Yeah, but what's better, nude mods or smut?
Nude dragons.
They're already nude.
Macho Man Randy Savage, nude dragon.
Nude
No,
dragons. Macho Man Randy Savage with tits.
But overall, I would give it at least a B. I mean, if I
So
if I was
B.
pushing it like a B.5.
All right, I'm gonna steal this.
So a B.
Before we go to my grade, I'm gonna steal this bit from Super Mega. Just imagine if you were to, Hulk Hogan had a pussy, and he had his legs spread, and he said, "John, go down on me, brother." But it's a cute pussy. Would you do it?
How is that?
How do you determine a
Eat
cute
me out,
pussy?
brother.
How do you determine a cute pussy?
Eat me out, brother.
Hulk Hogan or his daughter?
No, the Hulk Hogan.
No, the Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
Sir Hulk Hogan.
He's not
Sir.
knighted, so no.
I just thought that was funny. Eat me out, brother.
Would you do it, John?
No.
Come on, brother.
Because he has a pussy or because it's Hulk Hogan?
Pretty sure both. That's just
It's not
weird.
gay. Like, what if it was revealed he was a woman all along?
Yeah.
I feel
he
sorry
had kids,
for
but
her, him, whatever he. What is
so-
she identify as?
SJWs, we mean no offense, but
All right, here's my grade. Very controversial, against the grain. Let's point out some highlights. You gave the shot heard around the world. You made me care about a mobile game. You made me feel like life's worth living, Todd Howard. For that, I
you're
award
gonna
you
play
no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. I'm gonna give him a B+. There wasn't a game outside. Well, no, I think I cared about just about everything they showed. It was solid. I'd say it's even better than a solid.
Some people had like maybe some gripes against Rage 2 only because it looks like some other game that's been in the past.
But
other
I just
than
said.
that,
I just said.
But other than
I didn't
that,
play the first one. This makes me want to play it. So I'll give him a B+. I really think that was a little bit better than a solid conference. So I'll give him a B+.
So
Had
average
they been-
out, it's a B.
If they would have been like, if they really wanted to get like an A, they'd have been like, yeah, here's fucking Elder Scrolls and here's like some early gameplay and show us something fucking good. Even if it's just test footage, just do the goddamn Square Enix Final Fantasy VII. Just make us nut. There you
It
go.
already made us nut. Or at
No,
least some
John's
of them.
frustration is they got him close, but he didn't get the nut. So he's got frustration.
John, you gotta learn about edging.
Isn't that?
That's
basically
another
what they
episode.
did?
That's literally what he said you did to yourself. Edging.
I did it to my, it sounds like Bethesda did it to me.
Well,
Either way.
you did say they were edgy. You did say they were edgy.
Either way, you experienced some edging. So
All right, let's go to the next third party, which was the most important to me because I expected the world. Actually, you know what? Do you want to go into Microsoft? Because you know what?
oh, show the list. Show.
Now let's do this.
Microsoft
Yeah,
team.
yeah. No, the next one is Square Enix. The Square Enix. We're going to. I'm fucking call.
We're passing over to other companies.
What other companies are there?
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft was after. We'll go Square Enix.
I don't remember.
I have opinions. I'm a white woman.
Everyone has opinions. That's how life works.
But I'm a white woman. Mine's count. Mine's
And if you don't have an asshole, you don't have an opinion. So
All right, here we go. Square
I'm
Enix.
offended. I don't have an asshole.
To pop it
I'm
off.
sorry, John. But
It's hard
Square
to press.
Enix. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a public service announcement. Please buy Dragon Quest XI.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
This
We
is
will
like-
not get any more Hunter x Hunter chapters if you buy this game.
This is like the third. Like I just want more. I want it to keep coming. It's better than Final Fantasy. Not really, but I like them. I will say when Dragon Quest is good, it's better than most Final Fantasy.
Ooh.
but they're really fucking long. So the trailer looks good. I'm glad the English voice actors actually look good. It's coming out this September, 3 days before Spider-Man
and Death.
Yeah, so Dragon Quest, I'm gonna get it day one. I might not start it till after Spider-Man. Fuck.
Maybe,
fuck you, Spider-Man. Fuck you, Stan Lee.
Maybe we get lucky and we'll pick it up in October and play it. Then again, who knows how? But then you get Red Dead coming out that month too.
Yeah, you're gonna be a Red Dead son of a bitch. So it looked really good. I'm really excited. Somebody thought of an idea. If you really want to ensure Dragon Quest 11, it launches in September.
I mean, it's not a 3DS or or handheld. It's actually a console Dragon Quest.
Somebody pointed it out. Do you want to ensure people play this day one? You want to know how you get people to pop the disc in day one? Do what you did way back in the day. You include a demo of a huge Square Enix title coming out soon after. You throw the E3 and recent demo of Kingdom Hearts 3 on there, just have a little playable demo. People will fucking buy the shit out of that game.
What was the demo that came with Dragon Quest 8?
Was it Final Fantasy 12?
That sounds about right.
I think it was 12. I got it. But also, I mean, yeah, but if they throw Kingdom Hearts demo, I think it was 12. It had to be. It wasn't 11. It was after 11. Plus 11 was online. And 10 was early PS2.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah, so... But you throw Kingdom Hearts on there, just have the Toy Story world, just let people fuck around with that. People buy it just to get they're so thirsty for the news. So this is where it becomes awkward for what... Well, kind of, sort of, not awkward, because they pretty much showed the same trailer with a little bit more... Alright, so the Kingdom Hearts 3 news coverage, it got debuted. The Frozen World was debuted at... okay, so it first started... The concert had a little mini trailer they showed there, and that footage got spliced into the Frozen trailer that was shown at Microsoft. It didn't have that footage. Then they spliced those two together and had it at the Square Enix. So Square only really got, to the public, a few more scenes, and then Sony got another world. So
whoever cut those trailers did not mix the sound well at all. It was like...
You mean no battle sounds?
Here's the music. And here's Soren going, Donald, Goofy.
Yeah.
It's like, why is that so... That's not leveled correctly at all. It was very off-putting.
But it was really only that one cut weird. I think that
all of them were cut weird.
I think it was just to highlight the voice acting. None of the other...
They were grunting. I wanted more emphasis on the song because it's like, this is kind of a real...
Don't think twice?
Yeah. It seemed like, okay, this is a very emotional song that I thought would be more forefront, but it's like, why am I... Okay, yes, I hear them grunting and they're blocking and getting hit, but it's like... The trailers for Kingdom Hearts 3 were very disappointing sound-wise. But, I mean, visually they look great. I'm like, yes, Kingdom Hearts 3. Disappointed you're coming out in January, but maybe that's for the best, or maybe that's the
I just can't get over Sora's new voice, honestly.
It's the same guy.
I don't care. It just does not... I just can't see him.
Alright, you actually want to know something about it?
I mean, he started as a young kid
I know,
the first one, and then the second
He's actually giving a lot better performance in his last couple cracks at Sora. He actually has some depth and emotion to Sora this time, I'd say. Because if you played him in Dream Drop Distance, it was kind of like... I know the sound quality on 3DS isn't the best, but it wasn't that great. His performance
in that one. That one I liked more.
Kind of
than
towards
the other
end,
level.
but I don't. It was kind of weird. I feel like that almost could be a separate, almost probably a solo cast. If you really want me to, I'm actually honestly thinking about doing a video on the Kingdom Hearts series.
But I think that one was kind of like that or Birth by Sleep were probably the best.
My friends are my power. I feel like we
do that whenever.
So I feel like we can talk about Kingdom Hearts in the other two major conferences because they actually had an exclusive world. So I don't want to talk about Frozen and take that away from Microsoft, and I don't want to talk about Pirates of the Caribbean because that was in Sony.
They had some bigger bits in theirs, but I mean,
I know, but I'm
Square
saying
Enix didn't bring anything. Here's your big game, and it's like, here's our rehashed trailer again. It's like,
so
okay, you already spoiled the date. The day before, not even during a big conference, just there's the date.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, when we got that info, it was what, around midnight?
Well, it was because
it was the day before.
It was the day before they had a LA event. It was the start of the American tour of the orchestra, and every time they've done that so far, they've had a trailer. and they just showed it publicly, and that's nobody's going to walk away keeping that a secret for a day. That's pretty much how we knew it. So
They go on Twitter.
Okay, so going on there, what else did they show? They showed the new Tomb Raider.
Actual gameplay, which looks a very gritty Uncharted, which is basically Tomb Raider in the old days or whatever they're doing. It's a very gritty game, which is good. They're putting their own spin on it.
I haven't played any of the Tomb Raiders. I've heard.
You didn't play the... What was the first one?
Just Tomb Raider.
Just Tomb Raider?
And then it was Rise of the Tomb Raider. Now
so you haven't played either one?
No.
You suck.
I've heard.
I own them.
I've heard they are just less.
You don't play anything, Tite.
Yeah, I just get on Steam.
I've heard they are just less good Uncharted's. So
to a degree, but they're also doing their own things.
And also, the first one came out a couple years after 3, but I think I was doing a replay of the Uncharted game, so I was kind of killed on that vibe. So I'll play them eventually. She looks hot.
She's younger.
Ooh. So,
Tomb Raiders are good games in their own right, even though, we're not getting another Uncharted.
Yeah, we are. Uncharted Douglas
At
County.
least in the forthcoming future, there is no Uncharted. Whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
What is there to explore in Douglas County?
Meth labs.
I guess.
But this is Tomb Raider, and they're putting their own spin, and it's gritty. Hell, the deaths in the games are... Ugh. They're like, oh, look, she's dying. A minute later, she's still dying, and it's getting uncomfortable, kind of killing them.
I'm sorry you're uncomfortable with that, John.
Just look up some videos of her where she's getting...
My stomach is queasy. Also, there's a scene where she's in the water with a goddamn... I think it's an eel or a snake, and fuck me. If that ever happened to me, I'm fucking dead. Fuck that. I'm just giving
an eel or a snake?
I think it was an eel. I'm pretty sure it was an eel, but it looked like a snake at first. I'm like, oh, fuck that. Like, no. Alright, so pretty much one of my greatest fears is to be in the water with an aquatic animal, him mad at me. I'm just fucking giving up. I'm not even going to fucking try.
Why not?
Fuck it. Like, I'm like, fuck it. Like, if there's a gator coming after me, and, like, I'm not even near the shore, and they're going to outrun me, and I'm like, just fuck this. Like, why struggle just hitting me? Fucking please. But anyways, that was a dark tangent. But so I'll play it eventually. La Fonda Latina.
It looked good. It deserves to be played whenever it comes out, which I don't even remember.
Hey, speaking of blowing you away, now with added tornadoes, it's Just Cause 4.
Yay!
It looked like a Just Cause game. I've only played Just Cause 2 because I got it on Steam really fucking cheap. And there were some fucking cool mods. I'll get 3. I haven't seen it go really fucking cheap.
Well, at this point, you might as well wait and just play 4, because it's basically... You play these games for the just physics and the grappling hook.
That exactly. And now that I have a mod on Grand Theft Auto 5 with a grappling hook, why do I gotta play Just Cause now?
Because they're doing some interesting stuff with the physics.
There's tornadoes.
Yeah, they're giant tornadoes for whatever reason.
If you can't find a pair of ruby slippers in this game underneath a house, what the fuck are you doing, Square Enix?
Another game that got spoiled by Walmart of Canada or whatever.
Walmart Canada.
Yeah, thank you, Canada.
They had their own conference this year.
Yeah, they spoil everything. It's Just Cause. I like Just Cause 3. I beat it. I played the hell out of it. Just Cause 4 comes out in December,
happy.
So
you're happy.
Maybe I put it down when I'm not playing Smash. I don't know. I'll play it. I like it. I like it more than the other 2 people in this room.
Hey.
It's more Just Cause.
Is that a fucking challenge? I will, despite you, put 200 hours into this game.
His micromoto underwear beats your cotton underwear anything.
I don't know how much I
comfortability.
200 hours in. I probably put like 100 hours into Just Cause 3.
John, that's just... You know what you could have been doing?
Jacking off.
You know how much you can dig around with a grappling hook and just attach stuff to stuff? And
you know
shoot
I've seen plenty of gameplay of that and it was fun as fuck, but I'm not going to play it. I'd rather see people play it and be like, oh yeah, I could have done that, but that's funnier to watch.
But you want to know something? None of them hold a candle to Babylon's Fall, baby. Because that was really the only thing that I was excited about in all of Square's thing, because it's a platinum game.
What was that
and
about?
Platinum, it seems like a little medieval thing. I think you're 3 or 4 characters, so it looks like
Wasn't that a PlayStation exclusive too, or PS4 and PC?
Knowing Platinum and knowing Square, it's gonna be like Nier. It's probably gonna start out. Okay, yeah, Nier's coming to Xbox. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be PS4 to start with, but it's a Platinum game, and Platinum can do no wrong in my eyes. And Kamiya's not part of it. Name a bad one.
The Legend, the Avatar one.
All right,
Overall,
so you gotta understand
The TMNT one.
the TMNT wasn't bad. It just wasn't. All right, so when they did their like licensed games, you can tell it was to hop on a craze. Korra was just hella short. TMNT was. I like the aesthetic of it. I think it was. I mean, I think it's a beat 'em up. Same with the Transformers one. It just got boring after a while. But that's something to do with 3D beat 'em ups as a whole. They just don't
Why
work
don't you
as
have an
well.
ad blocker, John?
John's a son of a bitch. But Babylon's fault. It's Platinum with Square. They just did Nier Automata, which I'm fucking loving. I'm pretty much done with the story now. I'm just screwing around before actually ending it.
PlayStation 4 and PC. So yeah, no Microsoft for Switch.
Yeah, which I didn't expect to be Switch for them. But if it comes out cool, and apparently that's coming in 2019, I think they said.
Yeah.
So I'm hyped for that. Like I said, that's the only thing
It's
I
Platinum.
saw exciting out of Square.
More often than not, Platinum makes a good game. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just they've had a couple duds, and I think they've learned to focus more and make more complete games.
Just, more Square and Platinum combined. Good to me. They announced some Final Fantasy 14 and Monster Hunter World crossover DLC.
Yes, more Monster Hunter content
Is it
for me.
DLC or
It's content.
Content. Well,
well, is
Monster
it
Hunter
content for Monster Hunter or is it content for Final Fantasy?
Hey,
Because
it's both.
based off the trailer, it looked like it was
They're
in the Final Fantasy
they're
world.
emphasizing
off the trailer, it's
14,
both. Yeah.
but it's for both.
Yeah. So you get to hunt Bahamut in Monster Hunter, and what's the thing?
You get
that
like
starts with
armor
R?
or something, don't you?
The Rathalos.
Rathalos, yeah, that's what I can think of. And
New
14.
little.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm
I
sorry.
like
I'm not even
girls.
playing it.
I play.
I saw it, I was like, are they giving Monster Hunter armor to the Final Fantasy world?
Both.
But
Get both.
What do you not
It's a
fucking get?
crossover.
is it one or the other, or is it both?
It is both. What? It's a crossover shit. Are you fucking
Why do I
stupid?
gotta pay for it, even though I don't own either?
For Monster Hunter, it's free. It's probably
They
free
give you
for both.
free content.
Okay.
Monster Hunter doesn't have you pay
Yeah,
for
Monster
anything.
Hunter
So our free content is
okay.
At
They
least in
don't have-
Monster Hunter, our free content is new armor, but one boss
Maybe
and or new
some of it
species.
might be paid for, like content and emote, but
Yeah.
usually
but
the monsters you hunt.
pretty much
you don't.
Monster Hunter's gonna be like an ever expanding game. I'm sure like in the next year we'll probably see like their first expansion announced that you have to pay for. But they've
I
been
don't
good.
know. Usually they don't.
It seems like they're actually honest to God trying to give Monster Hunter World a platform to base off of and expand the world, which I'm definitely grateful for. I downloaded it. I'm planning on going back to Monster Hunter World eventually.
Well, let me know, and I'll put on some weak armor and play at your level. 'Cause it's
No,
fun.
you just get me the good shit.
But you did you get to the second level?
I beat the story.
high rank.
I beat the story.
Oh, so you okay? So
That's what I'm saying. I pretty much
got.
got to the edge of content, and then then I'd stop them for a week. They announced more, but there's
So you didn't
something
get the Ryu armor set or the Dante armor set?
Don't remember.
That'd probably be a no.
Yeah. Anyways,
You didn't get the little Mega Man.
no. Fuck Capcom. No, the little kitty Mega Man. That thing looks.
Yes,
That thing
the
looks.
Palico Mega Man armor.
That thing looks like hell.
Gee.
It's
It's
scary.
Mega Man.
It looks. I got it. Actually, I did.
Okay.
I did get that one.
You didn't get that. You need like turn in all your Mega Man stuff.
I don't care about Mega Man.
I'm about to go piss. So they announced a new IP-ish game called The Quiet Man
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that. So
because it was too quiet. No, as soon as the guy's about to get this guy's like, "Give me your money," and he turns around like, "Oh,
okay, yeah, I remember. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
I'm
it
deaf.
first started in live action and then seamlessly. Yes, there's also the movie too.
So I don't know what to think. It got me to raise an eyebrow. It got me to feel.
Question: who is Quiet Man?
Somebody made an image that said, "Man, Square's really announcing these hot new titles. It's like the Quiet Man versus the Boo Boo Man." I was like, "Oh damn."
I mean, besides like just some action of I didn't say anything, but y'all were questioning what I'm doing here. Like, I don't remember that whole trailer at all.
Because it first starts out as like it's live action. You just see this guy. You're walking in an alley and there's these two guys and he's holding a bag, and they basically like question him like, "Hey, give me your bag," and he just sort of taps his ear like, "I can't hear you," and then suddenly it cuts to CG, and then he goes and they actually have that fight sequence.
So yeah, I don't remember the trailer besides that.
He beats the shit out of him and he says,
I don't think that's what happened, but.
"No, John, copyright, John, no."
Whatever, Destiny.
The fourth wall has been broken.
I was trying to say, I think Quiet Man's also a PS4 PC game only. So
it has like a year or two development before we even know what it's about.
That's it for.
But it's another Sony-esque exclusive, console exclusive, which was surprising. I was like,
oh wow, I'll pick it up when it's free on PS Plus.
But to judge the conference for what it was. Which this wasn't even a live one. It was kind of like Square was kind of doing their own like Nintendo Direct thing,
which is good.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Model.
I'll go first for Square. What the fuck did you show that we couldn't have seen anywhere else? That we saw everywhere else. All the trailers they showed.
Yeah,
Shadow Tomb Raider got a little bit more, but we basically the story they showed was another one.
The gameplay that I liked.
Kingdom Hearts 3, a mix of it. Babylon's Fall once again was the only thing that made me excited about it. I really will give C- to Square. I award them no points, and may God have mercy on their soul.
But I'll give them a C.
C-.
C-, no points.
Because really and truly, I feel like you could have thrown the Platinum trailer in. You could have thrown all your trailers into somebody else's, and there was no point for you being there. Really, you could have just dropped the trailers online like you usually do.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there was a point. If you didn't have to have the conference, and at that point, I could give them an F. I just feel like, do I need to modify that if I gave EA a D? I'll give Square a D. Actually, you know what?
Wow, same level as EA, okay.
Because it's like, what the fuck were you doing there? Like, they had one thing that excited me. EA had 1.5 things that excited me.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Okay.
I mean, if you go with my score for Square, I
love you, Square. Just do better.
I just cracked.
Either just
love you.
Either just skip the conference, or I still love you. Like, I'm gonna get some of those games.
Because you abuse them.
Okay,
love you. I hate you.
That's what you get for fucking delaying Kingdom Hearts, you son of a bitch. Actually,
what are you talking about? It probably worked out better for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have another reason. We'll talk more, I guess, when we talk Kingdom Hearts 2 more times later in this podcast.
Yeah.
I would give Square, and only because these are two games I know, and because they were the first conference to actually show, any kind of new gameplay of it, I would give Square a D+ or a C or C-, only because Kingdom Hearts 3 first look over the weekend.
That was not the first look.
With any new gameplay that I'm aware of.
So Microsoft.
I'm aware. I don't fucking care.
So what are you giving them? D+, C-?
Okay, since it wasn't the first, but fuck Microsoft.
Goddamn. I'm trying to be objective here.
D+?
D+. Do like a D+ / C-. Only because that, and I know Tomb Raider is a pretty good franchise for them.
Give the DC.
A pretty good franchise for them. So
what is?
Tomb Raider.
Naming franchises they own.
I thought the gameplay was alright, or at least the trailer they showed, so those are my two for that conference that I'm like, okay.
That is a Reed level answer. They own IPs I love, even though they didn't show them.
I mean, I'm not even saying I love them, I'm saying I would be willing to play them.
You bought basically a PS4 just to play Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. I'm not sold on it yet. We'll get to the other conferences with the other
ones.
ones.
You're not sold on Kingdom Hearts?
Okay, son of a bitch.
We've had like 5 years of trailer. I don't know.
We'll get to the other conferences.
I don't know.
We'll get to the other conferences and they'll sell me on it.
All right.
Nice. Okay.
What's Squeenix getting from you?
Well, I mean, they copy for their little Square Enix Direct. It was pretty much it had a good pace. I like it.
Yeah, voiced by Keith David all the way through.
Are you gonna finish that beer bottle, or are you just gonna ejaculate it?
But I mean, they announced a couple new games out of nowhere, and they showed Tomb Raider footage, which I like. They announced the partnership with Capcom for Monster Hunter, which is out of nowhere, which is cool, and it's...
can I interject?
I mean, I would have liked to see Final Fantasy VII footage, but I knew that was a long shot.
Yeah.
And I pretty much figured Kingdom Hearts 3 footage would be neutered because
They just
Microsoft,
announced it.
Sony, or someone's going to take it because they need something for their conference.
No.
But for their conference and their pacing, I'm giving them a B-. Sure, I didn't get the huge surprise like, hey, Kingdom Hearts is out October and Final Fantasy, here's a new trailer, but it's like, you know what? It was pretty solid. I liked it.
I really do feel like they could have just shown like 10 more seconds of Final Fantasy. They would have done a lot better.
I mean, they could have
Literally,
easily
they-
not
they-
had a conference because it was 40 minutes, but I mean,
That's what I'm saying. So it's pointless to me. You wasted my time.
they should have
But-
more Tomb Raider footage. I like that.
Okay.
And the partnership with
That sounds like
Monster
I
was
feel like
cool.
that was going to come regardless, and maybe not one of the main conferences or just somewhere else.
It didn't show up during Microsoft, which I thought was going to show up there. But I thought
Yeah, I guess
they
that whole deal is over.
I thought they presented it very well, and I can't ding them for presenting what they had.
Hi, I'm
very
Keith
well.
David. Yeah, he was pretty good. They made like a fantasy thing.
So they didn't have the big surprise, didn't have the wow factor, but it's like, you know, it was good. B minus, C plus in that range. I lean toward the B minus.
All right. Now we're gonna go.
Just
give me
Xenogears Remastered, Square.
I will say this: you like the collaboration event between the two companies that have tortured my soul for like the past 5 years. You got Capcom ignoring everything that wasn't Street Fighter, and Square Enix for announcing shit and not doing anything with it. That's another big disappointment. We didn't see anything at Avengers Project. I'm assuming it might get shown at Comic-Con at this point. I think it's going to be with a big Marvel crossover,
That or Tokyo Game Show.
possibly. I'm leaning more...
Which is weird for
Actually,
that,
Marvel said they're
though.
skipping Comic-Con this year, so...
So when the hell they would? I guess the Avengers game is not far enough along, and they don't feel confident in showing it.
Thing is, they built like an entire team like 2.5 years ago. So it's like, all you gotta do is show their models. Like, you got that together.
but they keep shuffling their teams around.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
And they announced 2 games out of nowhere. And it's like, okay, so who the hell's working on what now?
We don't know. They have like 6 or 7 major teams.
I know, but 2 new IPs, they just go here.
All right, let's move on to Ubisoft.
Ubi.
They started out with Just Dance. They got it out of the way. It
Don't
was a
you wanna
live
dance?
performance. We saw Panda dance. We saw Panda prance. Just Dance 2019 is still coming to the Wii. Also coming to the Wii U. So, all you Wii U fans out there, you got a Just Dance game.
Dust off your Wii U.
You know, is there anything in specific? We don't have to go in order. Actually, we do, because we're going to talk Beyond Good and Evil 2. My boy Joseph Gordon-Levitt came on stage and said, I don't know what the fuck this is, but you can...
I was excited and confused.
Yeah, so is it... I thought it was a prequel, but Jade's in there?
Well, it's, yes, prequel, and Jade is evil, but
So-
they know Jade.
Yeah,
so-
that's the thing. It's like... I'm thinking it's a... It might start before, then go after? I don't know.
That was a nice twist. That wasn't the confusing part. The confusing part that sort of scares me, I don't know, is their weird partnership with what's his name, where
Just
you can
or
submit
let
your
me record.
where you can submit your own art, your own music to the game. It's like, so, which is cool for young upcoming
But
artists.
the thing is,
But
I
so
follow...
now we're making the game.
Well, no, here's the thing. I follow several artists on Twitter, and this is a warning to all you. Really don't go for this contest because what it is they've set aside for, we don't know how many amount of assets they're going to use. $50,000 to award to everybody. You're not going to get what the time you put in for. If it's a piece of art you've already made, for sure, put that back in. But if
Don't waste like a month of your life to throw something in
Yeah.
there. If this is something you've made and like, oh, this would be neat to go in this world, throw
Yeah.
it in there, sure.
it's weird. The phrasing on the website, I just say...
Or if you're a huge fan of the series and just want, you know what,
You would be
it'd cool
immortalized in it, you know,
to have
so-
something in there and just be like, yeah, I got a screenshot and throw it on Twitter. Here's
But
my work in a game.
I'm really confused, and I really thought they kind of dropped the whole prequel thing. Then, no, on sale said prequel again, and I was like, I don't know what this is. I want it, and I know we're not seeing this game for like another couple years.
I think it's 2.5 years.
Easily.
But I mean, they had, what was it? I guess it was technically pre-alpha footage, which looked good, and I like the feel. The game's not dead yet, so everything's good.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like excited and scared at the same time and confused.
So let's go through a few more titles. Trials got a new game.
Love me some Trials.
Yeah, Trials is usually fun. The guy was actually pretty funny. That was like some Tim and Eric level shit with him falling over.
Yeah, it felt like his comedy sort of fell flat on the crowd.
Literally.
That.
I was kind of just like, why'd you do that when I saw the replay of it? Because I didn't see the actual live moment, but yeah.
So it's another Trials game. Looks more of the thing. It's coming to Switch, coming to all platforms. Cool. Moving on. The Crew 2. It's like out now? Or like next week?
It's like a beta.
No,
I think it comes out this month.
Yeah,
Okay.
so...
There's
okay.
like a beta a week before it comes out, so it's like, so why are you having a beta when the game comes out in a week?
Test.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, Mario Rabbids is getting some more DLC.
That's DK.
One of the few times
I enjoyed the live performance they had for that.
Yeah, with
one of the few times they could actually do a live performance right.
And it worked because Grant Kirkhope and that smash cut to the DK rap for half a second.
Yep.
I was like, yes.
That was a
He even turned around to
tease.
the.
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to get more into it, and it was like, oh. But
Yeah,
I like
you
the
can tell that was a
nod,
little nod. Speaking of more Nintendo titles, Star Fox is coming to the little spaceship amiibo game, Starlink, and they presented
more toys I need to buy.
God damn it! You can't release a goddamn full R-Wing and a goddamn Star Fox and
But
actually made a goddamn pre-order.
But think-
fuck you! I already had to buy your goddamn
But if we
Bowser
were
and DK
like
and Skylanders.
If we were like 10-year-old kids, this would be something we would go nuts for. Having toys we could play with and customize.
yeah.
Yeah, you can literally take it off the stand that connects it to your controller,
Like real
fly
time.
it around with your hand, like pew pew pew. I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah.
I'm going to beat
I'm
you.
gonna beat you.
So
I'm Star Fox.
yeah, they showed that. That was a thing. They actually presented Miyamoto to the first version of the R-Wing and thing. I mean, it pretty much seems like Miyamoto. That I think I like the joke. It's like Miyamoto goes to these Ubisoft conferences, like, yeah, I'm gonna get some shit I'm not gonna use. Like the last time they gave him like the little bullet bill cannon, and he's just like, yeah, take this shit. Like, because he's probably got some like really good model of the Star.
I really like
It looked like a really good model.
It looked like a good model, but I really like the edit someone on the internet made, whereas Miyamoto was presented with just this ass.
Oh yeah,
this box is like a pound in ass or
Oh,
something
God.
like that.
once again, Nintendo had to swoop in and save Ubisoft's conference. Not once this time, but twice.
No, I think they had pretty solid.
Actually, how do you think Reed would rank this since Nintendo was in this conference so much
It's not Smash Brothers,
D.
so
He would probably rank it a D.
instead of an F?
Yeah.
But Mr. Miyamoto
Okay,
was
so
on there.
I know Just Dance is the bane of Ubisoft's like existence for these conferences, but I didn't really mind it that much this year.
well, that's because they spent like a song's worth on it. It's like, okay, we get it. You're still making it good. The crowd.
Yeah, but they also
pleased.
had a good. Had a good on stage and like pre-recorded performance of it.
It was good.
And it was a good song to go with it.
It wasn't like Aisha Tyler been like, okay, let's get some dancing up here and try to figure this out in this little demo.
And
So,
the live band they had with it also didn't like overstay their welcome or mess up. So
Speaking of Aisha Tyler, Chinese Warriors are coming for honor.
okay.
hey, I like the
Yeah.
Romancing Kingdom stuff. When they showed Guan Yu, I was like, okay, that's cool. I want to play with Guan Yu.
Yeah, it seems fun. I hope. Isn't the game like dead on PC?
Okay, I don't know about PC, but overall, there's not a huge.
If you had
player base.
Ubisoft Play, you could download it for free and own it forever.
Yeah, I actually hooked my PC back up and I was like, I think I actually own the game. I'm pretty sure on PC. Yeah.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure I bought it on PC.
I got it on PS4 and never played it.
I bought it on I bought it on something. I don't think it was PS4.
I mean, there is a dedicated player
Yeah,
base.
I played it
but
on
it's not
PC. I played it on
huge,
PC. It might be a beta. I'm thinking of a beta.
I'm just afraid For Honor's going to go the way of Evolve and it's dead already.
I can see it. I mean, at least there's some at least
It's good
a
to
reason
see.
to come back to it now.
It feels like too little, too late.
I mean, it's only been out like a year.
I'm going to say something I've been thinking of, and when they did it in the third game, I really don't think Ubisoft knew what they were doing when apparently they unleashed Pirates games back, and now everybody's got a goddamn pirate game. So we got Skull and Bones, which seems like it's more hardcore boat fighting, and there's a lot of customization.
Realistic pirates, I guess.
Yeah, and it's like, I want that, but not too much. And it's like, I was fine with the mix Assassin's Creed 4 had on it.
It'd be nice to know the multiplayer aspect. If we could have a crew that we can sort of do.
Isn't there a?
But if it's just your ship and you're controlling everybody, it's kind of okay.
Yeah.
It's Pirate Simulator.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of compare that to what's out now, Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is more cartoony and it's also multiplayer, but
where the content?
Okay, content, but technically they're getting more content. But other than that, what does Skull and Bones bring to the table besides more realistic ship play?
Well, I mean, there's more customization to the ship. I don't know if there's a walking around component outside of just that dock and buying stuff and that. I kind of agree with John in the aspect if there's more people and y'all get to man the ship, just like the other pirate games that are coming out, like Sea of Thieves, that'll be fun. If they have a little more fun with it, that's good. So Skull and Bones, I'm pessimistically looking forward to it. If it comes out fine. Once again, I don't think I've ever said this on the podcast. It is Ubisoft, so most of these games I'm not going to pay full price for, regardless, because the Ubisoft quality of games is just not up there, except for Far Cry. I think is the only game.
Have you even played that?
It's sitting on my desk.
Far Cry 5 is good.
Far Cry 5 is the 5th game.
It's
in the
rednecks.
It's actually not. It's like the 6th. But I know, and I see that every day. But so they had gameplay or stuff of the Division 2. I do not care.
Yeah, I never played the first. So.
Chad, I know you may be listening, and I know you care. Degenerate. But, the Division was another big letdown of, 2 or 3... The past 2 to 4 years have been, straight up games launching with no content, and everybody being like, oh, man. And they keep doing
content, it just was very unbalanced and didn't have the fun factor.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. I was about to say, it just was not fun. I played about 8 hours of that. I mean, you had the goddamn queue to go to missions and doors and fuck that. And
yeah, I want to say, hopefully, and it sounds like they've learned their lesson, so I'm kind of pessimistic about Division 2. I'm curious to play.
Alright, so Far Cry 5 is getting a Vietnam? Or was it Korean War DLC? Either way, he's getting a DLC expansion.
It's DLC. I've already beaten the story. I'm kind of done with the game.
And Elijah Wood made a cameo for a game that's coming out this year, Transference. Looked a little weird. Looks like
it was
VR
only, wasn't it?
I think it's VR. It looked interesting.
Confused.
It was VR only, I think.
It's like the first fusion of actual movie.
From what I saw of it, it's like real life people in the game, where it's like a movie, but the whole premise of the game is you're a boy whose dad's saying it's gonna be okay, we're gonna get mom back, but you go in the game and you're not the kid. But you're still trying to get the mom back, but then you are the mom trying to get the kid back. I don't know. So that's what I got from the trailer.
That really reminds me of Ant-Man.
What?
So
it's like they switched it out. We're trying to get both of them back, but you're also one going into the wherever realm you're at that the dad made. I don't know.
Well, let's talk about the big thing Ubisoft had to show. Super Mario Odyssey, baby! It's coming to the Ubisoft machine. No, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We're in the Greeks. We're in the Romans. We've been to Egypt. We're going to Japan.
I was going to say, wouldn't the Greeks technically be after the Egyptians?
We're going to...
No.
I mean,
they wouldn't be before, they'd be after.
I'm not sure.
Yes, they would be.
Let's just appreciate the fact that, okay, the towns look not as generic. I will say...
But that was boring demo.
Oh yeah. Let's talk. Demo. Who wants to do a trailing mission for a demo? No, they just want to show off the world. That mission was terrible. From what I've seen of Origins with my cousin playing, it looks fun, but I really thought you were gonna give it more dev time. When you took a year off, Ubisoft, I didn't think you were going to make a new engine and just do the same shit.
2 years.
We really thought you were going to do some more, but it sounds like you're just taking the engine, you just retooled the engine, and you're just reusing it again. Are you going to do that for another 5 or 6 years till people are like, hey, calm the fuck down? Then you're going to take a year off and do the same thing. You're going to do it anyway. I know you're going to fucking get the fuck out of
that
my face.
That whole gameplay to me just didn't remind me of any Assassin's Creed game I've seen prior. It reminded, just like what you were, who was hunting you, it looked like a mercenary Creed. instead of assassins.
They're definitely pushing the RPG aspect a lot more.
Yeah, and Origins introduced that. I
Blood
will
of
say
Leonidas.
it's kind of just like the Egyptian one, Origins, and the fact that I might just get it. I did get Origins for really cheap, and I might just get this one really cheap just for the fact.
And never play.
So I can explore Mykonos. I really just want to explore. I really just want to see ancient Greece. I just want to see how their interpretation. If it's nothing more, in fact, if I could somehow hack the camera and just fly around, in Halo Forge style and just view the map, I'll be fine with that.
With what's the name, Lenny Kravitz song "Fly Away" playing in the background, or
That's copyright. Just merely mentioning it got this video demonetized.
We were making money?
yeah, did you monetize this without telling
Your
us?
checks in the mail.
All right, whatever. Fuck.
So
He deducted it
anything
from the
else?
stamps,
Anything
so
else
we
from
owe them
Odyssey?
money.
Anybody want to say? It didn't look
Off of-
Assassin's Creed.
It's more Assassin's Creed, yay!
It looked like-
I still don't think gameplay-wise it reminded me of any Assassin's Creed before it.
But is that
I
a
only,
good thing
I
or
only
bad
ever
thing?
played the first and maybe saw some of the second game. So
So
is it a
Ubisoft-
good thing? I don't know. It's a different direction from what an Assassin's Creed game is, but it's not Assassin's Creed in my opinion.
So do you guys want to rank Ubisoft?
I think
What about the big thing about Rainbow Six Siege?
all they said was
A
it's
third
like,
season? Right.
yeah, it's like maybe a little bit of new content and just here's our esports league for Rainbow Six. That's
What
all
was
I
the big
heard
thing?
from
They
it.
said there was like over 10 million players or something.
Something. I don't know.
Weird.
It's Rainbow Six Siege.
Chad must have like
Chad
2
plays
million
it.
accounts or something.
I think if you want to go play an FPS with like a few friends, yeah, it's all right. You can attack and or defend against a point, but other than that, I think there's not much for that game. So,
It is hard to sell a purely multiplayer game.
granted, it's Rainbow Six Siege, so it's a Rainbow Six game. People are gonna get it because the name. But other than that, I don't think there's too much to say besides, oh, we got an E-League for Rainbow Six. Tune in.
I got an E-League.
Oh! They also had a documentary on their Rainbow Six players, kind of like how Dota,
That was
kind of how like
cringeworthy.
Dota 2 did with their players or whatever.
That was
So hey,
cringeworthy.
look forward to that documentary. I might view it if it's free. I don't know.
Fine, rank, go.
Ubisoft ranking grades. Tite Kubo, go!
I think in terms of just game list alone, not saying I'll get anything, not saying I'll see one of them play it. I mean a high C.
C plus.
High
Fruit
C,
Punch or
C
Orange
plus,
Lava Burst?
C plus, B minus. One of
Fruit
those.
Punch
B
or
minus,
high C,
wow.
Orange Lava Burst.
Lava burst, I guess. Huh?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what those rank in your opinion. I don't.
Why
like
do you
either.
give these half answers? Choose.
Because I'm giving a like. Here's my lowest. Here's my highest.
But how?
Just yeah.
Noble Indian chief, bring us back your ways. All right, John.
I guess the big question is, do you love Jade or not?
John.
This isn't an answer about video games.
What do you give your grade? Hey, wait, no. It is because guess what? We forgot to cover it. Assassin's Creed has romance options now.
Again, it didn't look like
Well, you had the
it didn't look
choice
like a
options.
traditional Assassin's Creed game.
But
to me,
they say you can get with a dude. I'm gonna make my.
you can
guy
get with a dude in freaking God of Wars.
What?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
What
What?
God of War game are you playing?
I don't know. I'm referring to Robot Chicken.
Did you watch gay porn of God of War? thinking that was
I'm
gay
referring
porn?
to Robot Chicken, in which he's like, the blades are thirsty, but do I have to do it with the guy or the girl? She's like, you gotta do it with either one, but one of the paths gets you more blood for your.
Because as we all know, nothing is better than a faithful adaptation of something than Robot Chicken.
I love Robot
Yeah.
Chicken.
I do too.
I don't care. That's where I get my info for games from.
God.
Let's see. For once, Ubisoft wasn't a train wreck of a performance.
I agree.
It wasn't. It was
Their
definitely
Just
better
Dance
than
performance
EA.
wasn't the train wreck.
And it felt like a good pace. They showed decent gameplay for Division 2, which has me intrigued. It's like, you know what? I'll at least give it a second look. Probably play it again. Starlink was a big thing for them. It's like they're really jumping on that Nintendo bandwagon. Please save our company, which probably will work.
Which is sad because like Toys for Life outside of Amiibo are dead. So I just don't see that succeeding.
And Another Trials is good. So, and Beyond Good and Evil, I guess I'm with Kubo, but I'm gonna say B minus. It was
Alright.
good. I liked it.
Guess I'm gonna have to be that guy. But sometimes you just gotta be, but you do be. I'll say Beyond Good and Evil you got me confused. Assassin's Creed,
Confused
you got
boner?
me fucked up.
Just go away.
They had. I will say it's not a train wreck. It's not a drain wreck.
A drain wreck?
It's not a freight pain.
Freight pain.
Go on, give them that C.
CC.
Okay. It's kind of hard with any of these conferences because everybody's like big surprise kind of just got spoiled or there's not
We live
the
in a,
wow
we live
factor
in a day
that
of
we wanted.
information, so it's
At
like,
least from these first ones, it's kind of like, okay, well that already got spoiled. I kind of expected it. Yay.
So who are we going to?
We could go to
the big
I
three.
mean, do we want to even cover the PC conference or no?
Nah, fucking,
PCs are already high on themselves. I think they got everything the best in the world.
I mean, there's a,
glory.
if not the PC, like some of the other like smaller studios, I think there was a few good games, but
No, there was not.
Double Fine,
Not a goddamn one.
Ooblats
Who?
from Double Fine,
Ooblats?
Ooblats or whatever.
Ooblats?
Yeah, see if that's on the list.
No.
See if there's a Double Fine.
Double Fine.
All right.
I don't know.
All right, let's
Yeah,
look
look,
at
Jurassic World. That's a big thing right now, at least on Twitch. Like it literally looks like a
'Cause it's
remastered
Jurassic
Zoo
Park.
Tycoon with dinosaurs, but yeah, it looks pretty good.
Sure, for this week. It's the big game on
Yeah.
Twitch.
you.
I'll
Congratulations.
follow
Wait
it.
till next
Yeah,
week.
Ooblets right there. It's some people have pretty much
Giblets?
Ooblets.
You got Ooblat?
Ooblets. They've pretty much compared it to like
Tyler, I'm pretty sure I'm on an aglet.
they compared it to Animal Crossing pretty much.
What?
But it's by Double Fine.
Ooglu?
Ooblets.
Oogaloo? No, I think you mean ooh woo.
Ooblets.
All
I've
right.
actually heard some decent things about the Hunt Showdown, but I've heard some bad things that it runs like crap. Okay, that's our PC grade. It's PC.
Oh no, I kind of had an interest in NeoCab also.
You
What?
would.
Just a little bit.
What
You
is
fucking
it?
would.
What the hell's NeoCab?
You're looking for whoever in this like city of like androids or whatever, but you're a human.
Pretty much.
And you taxi them around trying to get
So it's a
information.
crazy taxi. Okay,
It's a
No.
crazy taxi, but the only customer you need is Neo because he's the one.
You get information from customers to find someone you're looking for who's gone silent because the city's all over them.
And Lawrence Fishburne can't be fucked to pick him up himself.
Sure. Okay.
Just look at the NeoCab trailer.
I'm not. I
So,
guarantee you I won't.
let's just jump into Microsoft, who was probably the most disappointing from last year's E3.
from last year's.
Yeah.
This year.
yeah.
So let's jump into them. Let's see. It seems like Microsoft seemed to, you know what? They came out strong. They were like, what was the big
I got it.
screenshot? Like
Halo.
50.
Yeah, this is the only one I took.
Word
like,
for word. What was
exclusive
it?
notes.
Yeah, I did too
Xbox.
because I'm like, this is a
50 games.
this is
18
bold.
exclusives. 15 world premieres.
Get-
One piece of shit Phil Spencer whipping his dick out. Here we go. Halo Infinite.
Because as soon as they showed that slide, I instantly went, okay, I'm taking notes and noting what's exclusive, what's world premiere.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of a bold, being like, here's my
Yeah.
dick, here's what we're presenting. I'm like, okay, Microsoft, you dropped it.
Didn't they technically have the most premieres of the whole conference?
Yes,
like all
they
the
did.
games?
Technically, they did.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's start with the first one. Halo isn't called Halo 6.
It's Infinite.
It's called Halo Infinite. We saw some shitty CGI deer looking up from a
There were some
stream.
rhinos.
There was a hill and there was a soldier.
Okay, if you didn't show the last 10 seconds of that
That could be
trailer,
any goddamn
it could
game.
be anything. It looked nice, but it's like,
It's because they don't have shit to show.
Yeah, I know.
Have you heard the rumors after the game talking about it's going to be split into 2 games? Because 343 probably doesn't know how to fucking
Well, it
do
is
their shit.
infinite.
Okay. But apparently it's like rumored 2 parts. So apparently rumor is
So-
single player's launching in 2019 with multiplayer coming later. Which, how are you going to launch a Halo without
No.
a multiplayer? Yeah.
No.
Just wait, in my opinion.
So,
just wait.
and that's why I was like, with this one's like, okay, here's your give me. I'm like, sure, yes,
I will
exclusive
say-
and world premiere, but it's like, we know you're working on a Halo.
But it's like,
Go
is this Halo 6? Just call it Halo. That's going to be weird to have
Just give us a good
Halo,
Halo.
4, Halo 5, Halo Infinite. You should just
If
call
it's
it
a good Halo, I don't care. Call
Yeah,
it
make
Halo
it not
Donkey
make it not like
Edition.
5. But I will say this is a great way to start a Microsoft
I
conference.
think it's a good, okay.
I will
we're
give
going.
Microsoft, they did tail end both of them really well.
Yeah.
So the next game we saw was Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
You know
I
what? It's
mean,
good.
It looks
Yes.
really good.
Looks really
Still
good.
loving the art style. It's exclusive. Coming next year.
I wasn't expecting it.
They showed it
They showed it last year.
I wasn't expecting it.
They
It's good.
expanded
It's more
combat
Ori.
from the first game. Like I said, the artwork's still looking beautiful. There's
another exclusive. Good. Yes.
So
more Ori. We want that.
Yeah, and like I said, like that was one of those from when it came out. I got it on PC, but at first I was like a Western platform I was kind of worried about. So after Ori, we saw nobody. You'll never see this coming. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah.
From Software.
Is that a samurai Dark Souls or something?
Okay, it's basically okay. From what I gathered.
Sure.
Okay, so basically, we saw okay,
the fact that
it looks
they
like
got a basically you consider a Sony title as world premiere on their stage, big deal.
Yeah,
but it's still coming to PS4, which is like. But the fact world premiere and it's like God, it looked good, and I want to play it.
It's okay. More details
from Software.
I don't know how much you know about it yet, but so far
I don't need to know anything.
Okay,
it's
not a dedicated Souls game, and not into the tradition. Like it's not. You're not going to level up certain aspects. There's equipment, but very little. From what I saw, there's more verticality to the game.
Yeah, it's good.
And it had a sense of flow that I like to it. There's more movement. It's like you're more of like a samurai ninja type thing. I really liked it. Really kick-ass trailer. Like really strong. Like that was wow. I thought From was gonna.
It's like taking the best parts of Bloodborne, Dark Souls combat and adding more to it, which it's good. So give me, I'm playing it.
Yeah, and it's coming next year. Like From's good about showing something that's out within the next year. I'm expecting fall though. That's definitely late next year.
I'm hoping summer. That way I have something to play. But that Sekiro looked good. And the fact that Microsoft got it, that was a big thumbs up on them.
Next thing was they showed was the first, like, Todd Howard came out for a second, and that's when they got the Country Roads Take Me Home, Fallout 76 trailer. We've already talked about Fallout 76. So the next thing they showed was the Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, a free little episode in the Life is Strange universe that's supposed to be tied to Season 2.
One of their world premieres?
Yeah.
18 world premieres?
It looked really imaginative, but to me, it kind of...
If you like Life is Strange, you'll like this.
But to me, all right. So Life is Strange had a certain mood to it. This one had different because you're a little kid and you have an imagination. It seems subdued, and the fact that it's free, I'm wondering how substantial it is. I know the whole thing is like this, like a little thank you for making Life is Strange so successful. I'm not really expecting a whole lot out of it.
No.
And the creativity they showed, I'm kind of worried. That might be it for it. I think it might be just a tie over because Life is Strange 2 is probably not coming out until next year.
I think you're thinking too much into it. It's a neat little simple game.
But it's supposed to be tied to 2.
Yeah, I know. It's to tie you over to the next part. Which is good. It's like, okay, world premiere, good.
So, I mean, I thought it was alright. Here's where things get iffy for me because they showed a not so great trailer for Crackdown 3.
I like that trailer.
I didn't. Like, I really feel like
Terry Crews, come out now.
Terry
comes out here and beats you.
You know what I'll tell him? I'll say, Officer Jeffers, back down 9-9, and he liked me better than you. But, alright, it's delayed again.
Yeah, which is already a deflated
the
thing.
gameplay they showed outside of that, like, the city we've already seen, everything else kind of looked generic.
It's Crackdown. What else do we need to see?
But it almost looked less polished than the last time we saw it. Like, the state of this game, I'm expecting almost a train wreck of a game.
That's good.
Like, it almost looked like, if you're not in that main city area, the other areas they showed looked really bad.
I think it's fine. I think you're looking into it too much.
I mean, I'm looking into a game that's a simple game we've seen 3 threes in a row that should already be out.
I don't know.
That was supposed to be their Xbox One. There's some internal problems.
Yeah, it was supposed to be their Xbox One X kickoff, and it's been pushed back.
I feel like we will. I feel like in 3 to 4 years we'll get the reason why. But I feel like right now there's got to be there is some internal hell that we're not aware of.
I don't know. As long as it's not Crackdown 2 and it's just more in the style and feel of Crackdown 1, you can't go wrong with it.
I will say the trailer was just Terry Crews being Terry Crews, but that's almost done to death now. Like,
I liked it.
Just let the game out. Like, so do you have anything to say, Tite, about Terry Crews? I know you had that run-in with him.
He doesn't deserve Hollywood's crap.
All right, that's pretty brave. The next thing they showed was Nier Automata's coming to Xbox. which is pretty big. They really
They
had a lot of focus on getting more types of games to Xbox.
Well, more people need to play Nier because it's good.
Yeah. Then they showed gameplay in a trailer for Metro Exodus. Looks alright.
That looked a lot better than I saw last time. Last time it looked poopy.
I'm not a huge fan of the Metro series, so it looks alright. It's just not into me. I'm not into all these generic FPSs. And not saying like generic in that terms. I'm just kind of over FPSs right now.
Yeah, story.
You have anything to say about it other than look better than last time?
I mean, it was going at a fast pace at that point. At that point, it's like, okay, they were keeping a good flow, good energy about it. So, no, I think it was good.
And speaking with Microsoft reaching out and getting more types of games, I didn't expect this. I didn't see this coming.
Which one?
Microsoft debuted a Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer.
That was
for Frozen, for legitimately probably the biggest property in that game right now.
Which was, it
was super expected.
But the last scene got me. I'm like, oh snap!
But it's just like Microsoft showed off Kingdom Hearts 3. LOL.
Well, I've shown that little bit of Aqua.
Isn't this like the first?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I mean, here's some notes. Here's my notes. Frozen, Microsoft, Mickey, you're too late. I just want my children to have a happy ending. And that's really like the whole internet, like, the Kingdom Hearts fan, it really broke because Terra got Norded. Not Terra. Well, Terra is Norded, but Aqua got Norded. And it's just really sad. I don't know if it's a fake out because I can see no more doing something like that. Because the whole point of Riku and Mickey's journey is to save her. So I think this might be an early scene and this isn't towards the end. I don't know. It's really sad. It's really heartbreaking. I'm in a bad space right now. Because of Aqua.
Suck it up, pansy.
So, Mickey, you're too late. You shouldn't just ignore people's expressions and feelings.
Apologize.
Frozen looked fun. I was really not looking forward to Frozen because they said it's going to have the story of the first game but then go and do its own thing.
It's not a musical. That's all we need to know.
Which I kind of expected it to be. But I'm excited we get an actual, snow level. Alright, we had Mulan, but it didn't really do too much with the snow aspect. So I'm kind of excited to see you get to surf, snowboard surf, so that'll be fun on Goofy Shield. We don't know who the party members are going to be, so I'm thinking maybe Elsa, and I don't know who else, because it's like, if you're following the story of the movie, I'm pretty sure it'd have to be the boy...
Hans.
I guess.
Hans and Anna.
Yeah, I guess that'd be that too, but what would Anna do? Hit people? I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, Elsa would have to be... Elsa, that's what I'm saying. They might do their own little story.
I mean, based off the direction of it, it's like...
I'm assuming Sora's going to enter the world mid-movie, and he's going to, get them together, and there's going to be, somebody else is going to show up, and that's why.
Well, I feel like...
Well, yeah, we saw Larxene. Larxene's going to be there, what style is she going to choose?
I feel like Elsa's,
I feel like Elsa's going to be the party member.
I feel like Elsa's going to be, final boss, only she spawns the final boss, because, Heartless got to me, or whatever, so...
Who knows?
Because she's running away in that first trailer, which I'm assuming is where you first enter the world.
Yeah. So yeah, you're already happening. That's what I'm saying. Sora's coming in with shit already happening.
Yeah, and then
he even says that. Oh shit!
Elsa's like let me unlock your keyhole or whatever for this world, and you're sealed now or whatever. So
that was in the first goddamn game.
The only one I remember.
Next thing was
I played both.
Sea of Thieves getting 2 expansions. Hey, we're getting content.
Yeah.
One's in July, the other's in September.
Yeah.
All right. I don't play Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, me either.
I know someone who does play Sea of Thieves. I mean, he likes it now, but I mean, he's estatic over the content updates. So
Battlefield 5 got a story trailer. Who cares? It's a Battlefield 5 story trailer. I will note this. I am so glad gone are the days where between Microsoft or PS4 we didn't have a 15 to 20 minute gameplay demo of Call of Duty or Battlefield.
Yeah.
We don't need to play. Nobody gives a shit about the story because they don't give a shit about the story.
Well, it's not there anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
That's all I
play. But they still used to do that, and it's like this wasted time of a conference used to be a huge filler. So I'm glad I've noticed that out of all of them, nobody really showed up. Like EA didn't even show that much Battlefield in comparison to what they used to. Forza Horizon 4 came out, yawn. I even clocked it. This is like the point of the conference. This is the low point of the conference. fucking almost 8 hours. 8 hours.
Almost 8 hours of footage.
8 minutes to fucking Forza, your yearly franchise. I know
they wanted
it's
to
not
show
for me.
off the environments,
But they do this every year, and I still don't give a shit.
You don't. Them Forza fans do.
Well, I mean, if that's your low point, I mean, that's not bad for your low
Alright, it's
point.
one of my low points in the thing. I do know there's others.
I enjoyed the Cuphead DLC.
We're going in order,
Yeah,
buddy.
you could
It's like the only one I feel like, because I meant to go through them all today, and I only had time with the tree and everything to do this. After that was actually a pretty big part for me from Microsoft, because Phil Spencer came out and announced acquisitions of some new studios, and The Initiative, Undead Labs, Playground Games, Ninja Theory, and Compulsion Games.
But I mean, they already make games exclusively, sort of, for Microsoft. Anyway,
But it's kind of
so
like, but here's the thing, like Microsoft. But you gotta understand, with the Xbox One era, they've had a problem with exclusives. This is kind of like making a promise to that, which I think is a good thing, because it's almost like they haven't been able to secure too much. And it's
Sure.
kind of just like, give them some new studios, give them like some funding. So
Yes.
I think we're going to see, probably not in the Xbox One's lifetime, but next console, we might see some actually interesting exclusives. Maybe.
Maybe, sure.
But then again, they are having a bad habit of canceling the only exclusive that I fucking cared about coming out, and that was Scalebound.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe Ninja Theory will... Ninja Theory always tries to be like Capcom and Platinum, so maybe they'll make a not Scalebound, and like, maybe they'll let...
Nice.
call it Bound Scale. Then they showed Compulsion Games is making We Happy Few, coming exclusive.
Actually getting a release date.
Yeah,
finally.
coming in August. And so it looks good. We Happy Few really did look good. It's almost like if it can scratch the itch of we haven't had a Bioshock in a while.
Bioshock.
Bioshock.
It's
So Bioshock, we can get a Bioshock in here. It's kind of got that vibe to it. It's got the Bioshock Infinite vibe to it. To
It's
me.
coming out, what, August?
August 10th. I got a story trailer. Not too much gameplay. They showed more of the world. So I'm definitely in to watch a playthrough. I don't think I'm going to hook up my Xbox
I was
for
gonna
it.
say, it's like, you sound more excited. I might watch someone play it, but it feels like it's just gonna fall the wayside because it's just gonna get swallowed by something else.
it probably will, but
Maybe, but it's coming out in August, so it's kind of beating the whole September, October, November rush.
Maybe it feels like something comes in that time frame.
After that, they showed what has to be a fake trailer because PUBG don't run like that.
No.
PUBG don't run that well.
If you want to see the PUBG trailer, watch Dunky's video and go
Yeah.
to that part.
That fucking didn't look good. Apparently, they're getting a winter map launching this winter.
Yeah.
So is it actually like still beta though?
That game's never getting completed. That game is going to be lucky to still be played by 3 people.
I mean,
next
Fortnite's
week.
still technically beta, and they've already had a tournament for it, technically, so
Yeah. Yeah, he's right.
they had pros versus celebrities play.
Sure.
After PUBG
Who would have guessed?
was
Ninja won.
the weirdest announcement.
Which one? Because they have a few.
Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition getting announced at a Microsoft?
Yeah.
Hey, it's
Microsoft's
also
going
come-
for the weebs. I know it's coming for the PS4, but Microsoft's like, weebs, come here.
But
Like,
that's something a niche they don't do. It's like an RPG. It's like they are actually pushing that.
Yeah.
A game that hasn't come to the West is like here.
well, the Definitive Edition, yeah. And that's the thing, like, Microsoft was
This year.
all about getting the weebs and killing memes. Because I don't know if you know about the Twitter exchange, when it was like Bandai Namco UK, like 2013, tweeted like, hey, we got some exciting announcements coming soon, and somebody replied like, Tales of Vesperia Definitive for PS3, because we never got the Definitive Edition. And they said, yeah, not that one. And then all these years later, they went, yeah, that one. And so it's
They
like,
have that.
they finally killed the meme. It's like, yeah, we're finally getting it. So I was fine about that.
I'm excited. Finally.
Yeah,
More
I want
Tales.
to play it again. And yeah, I really, how have we not had a good? Oh, okay, we haven't had a Tales game in a while. It's been like
Exactly.
2015, 2016, 2015. Usually we'd have one announced by now. The Division 2 got our first glimpse of gameplay in Microsoft because it came first. We're doing this out of order. Fuck you.
I mean, it looks good.
Eh.
But this gameplay had something that I find hilariously stupid as fuck. Is that fake stupid voice acting,
Yeah.
like that. Be like, "Hey, we're your friends. Coming down left, coming down right. Come on, Jake."
It's been worse in previous years. This was more calmed down.
Wasn't this like the
toned
only
Oh, yeah.
one though?
This was
Yeah.
the only one, but it wasn't.
But let that
It wasn't
trend
like
die.
it wasn't like Rainbow Six Siege
Yeah.
when they did that. This was like, okay, they're coming from the left. It's not too role play-y.
I watched the gameplay area once live and once after. The area looked not as generic as the first game, but it still doesn't look that vibrant and interesting to me. I was like, it.
I'm gonna at least try to play the beta, and if hopefully that'll win me over.
Probably not getting the game. After that, they showed Game Pass. They had stuff like Skyrim, Fallout 4, and there's one other.
Too late.
But all like launched that day. I'm not on Game
No.
Pass.
The big thing was, oh look, Halo
Yeah,
Master
Halo's-
Chief Collection later. This broken thing is still not out and
Oh,
fixed.
well, fuck yeah. Game Pass, I guess, if you want your Netflix catalog of games, I don't know how, I think it's only like 10, 15 a month.
That sounds about right.
But it's like
supposed to be like
mostly-
$100 a year or something.
Yeah,
like that.
something.
That's
I'm not on it. I haven't turned my Xbox on in years, so I don't care. Then they had a little indie montage. Showed a few interesting games, like Regie. There's actually quite a few, like the Wind Road, the Winding Road, something like that. It looked good.
They also took that time to throw in like 5 of their exclusives
Yeah.
and world premieres in there. I'm like, okay, sure, Microsoft.
So I mean, they showed off, and that's one thing they kind of have been getting better about is showing off some indies.
They're almost copying like the Sony
yeah.
layout. Like, okay, here's our little montage section.
Then we had Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Already talked about that.
Another trailer. Yay.
The console
No
launch
gameplay.
exclusive release of Session, a skating game.
Yeah, Skate 4, y'all.
Yeah,
It was
people were
Skate,
memeing
not
where Skate
Skate.
4. Yeah.
Oh.
This isn't a Skate 4?
Then we
Which
had
is apparently a Kickstarter game.
yeah.
So I'm like, okay.
Then we had Black Desert, the MMO, coming to consoles. My friend Tiger Tyler is going to be happy, but he's already played it on PC a lot.
Sure. Cool.
I mean, it looks nice, but I'm still not going to play it, even though this... I mean, I've heard the leveling in that game's pretty good, just there's no real in-game content, so...
And then at this point in the conference, you have to understand
Is this Tunic?
my hard cock couldn't have been harder when Itsuno brought out the music, the creaming of my pants, the kick-ass music, hoping it's a return to form. Devil May Cry 5, showing it at a Microsoft conference. I don't care if Ubisoft showed it off. We're getting a Devil May Cry, ladies and gentlemen. It's not DMC. Nero's back. Old man Dante's back. We got some new girl that's obviously influenced by Cindy from FF15.
I really wasn't
She's still looking good.
Like, impressed by her voice acting, but I'll get used to
Hey,
it.
honey.
Yeah,
It was me.
It
Devil
seemed like
May
it was...
Cry. Who
it was
cares?
me.
It seemed like she
me.
was too southern for her character.
It was me.
I'm just saying.
It's Devil May Cry.
Combat looks really
You
fun.
do it for the combat and the music.
I'm so excited for Devil May Cry. Between Mega Man 11, Devil May Cry, and another game that got announced, or finally revealed at we already knew it was coming, revealed at Sony, Capcom is on a roll right now.
Let's save that. We gotta finish Microsoft first.
Whew. So Devil May Cry 5, I mean, Itsuno came out, he was so lovable. So lovable. He came out there, he was like, Devil May Cry is back. And he said, English is very hard. Mark,
the
you
best
take over.
game
Yeah,
he's made.
he even said it's like the best game, which is okay. I'm really excited. Like I'm so glad Capcom's giving the series a chance. Even though the first one, I mean, the reboot wasn't terrible. It was all right. It was all right. But you know,
the fact that Microsoft showed Sekiro and Devil May Cry and
Vesperia.
Tales, they were hitting
on,
everything.
Weebs.
If you watched Microsoft and you didn't find a game you like, you're not a gamer because they hit everybody's note at least once.
And then that's when we got Miss Chalice revealed as a playable character for Cuphead.
Ooh.
We're getting a whole new island,
Breaking
bosses
more
and levels,
controllers.
2019. So, boom. Cuphead's getting some DLC. That wasn't shocking to me as successful as that game was.
It's another way to sell controllers because people break them.
I mean, it's possible people weren't expecting it, but
Not this soon.
yeah.
After that, we saw Tunic, which was a
That looks fun.
furry Zelda. Soundtrack seemed pretty nice, actually. And the camera in combat, how that flowed together, like with your dodge roll, how your camera would fall behind you. Not sure if that was just for the trailer, just for showing, but if it plays like that, that looks really fun. Like, it's obvious Zelda influence, but they're doing their own thing. It looks fun. I'll play it on PC, probably.
I mean, looks good.
After that, another goddamn Wii flashlight was Jump Force.
Yeah.
Which, you know, it's a shonen jump fighting game, and some of the stages are based in real life because
but the art styles...
Luffy and them were fighting in Manhattan.
Yeah,
which I thought was
like a realistic art style.
Luffy has never looked more patriotic when he was standing on the American flag and jumped off, and I was like, God damn, we need to have All Might in there just so you can have him standing on the flag, just for that screenshot alone.
I mean, it'll be fun to watch the character reveals for that game.
And they also revealed Light and Ryuk as fighters. Now, they've said in a time-based mode, you have to ban Light, because your name's already at the top right of the screen, so he's got to live 60 seconds. And Goku's probably going to call his bluff like, I've had heart troubles before, I'm fine, and dead, you know. I did think, why is Goku here? We already got a good fighting game with Goku. Because I'm so scared.
I mean,
it's going to be
it's like the Versus game, but it looks like a better.
Yeah, I think I was like,
it's almost like the Ninja Storm.
That's what I'm
system.
thinking. I think if they upgrade the Storm engine and do good at that, that'll be great. People are also thinking there's going to be a dub. No way in hell is there going to be a dub, because that is going to be licensing hell. Unless you're fine with some company getting it and you're not going to get all your voice actors back. Or just leave it Japanese, because there's no... You gotta understand, like, to make this game internationally available...
It depends on the roster they have, because a lot of those are Funimation, and that'd be kind of easy.
Well, yeah, there's Luffy and them, but it's like, then you got Naruto, and it's like... And then you gotta see if Viz play ball, then, like, Hunter x Hunter, sure. Then there's gonna be other stuff like Sentai and all them have it. I just do not expect a dub. That's gonna be licensing hell. It'll probably drive the cost of the game up. They're doing this on the low for the 50th anniversary.
Maybe.
After Jump Force, we saw Dying Light 2.
Hey, it's good.
It looked fun. From when I played, Dying Light was fun. Didn't play a whole lot. But apparently your choices really do change the world. Now, I know a lot of games say this.
It basically just reminded me of Infamous. Is this my good or my evil playthrough?
Yeah, that's what I'm so scared of, that it's not going to be a substantial change. But they said that like 3 times, like, hey, this is going to happen.
It's more Dying Light, and it's... Okay, it's good. It's more.
They're finally using an IP they've had forever. I mean, they used it in a fighting game, but GameStop's pissed because they're going to get more calls about Battletoads now. Coming next year.
I'm still confused what they're doing. Are they just sort of remaking the
think
first game, or are they actually making a new game?
They didn't say anything. I looked at it, literally... All they showed was the logo and said it's hand-drawn 2.5D.
Yeah. So I'm like...
In 4K, so I don't know if it's a remake or a new adventure. I mean, they did show the bike, but I'm sure if they were going to make the game, that's going to be in there regardless. So
the bike can burn in hell.
So I don't know if they're going to make a new one. They showed off Just Cause 4. First gameplay of that. Whatever. Then Gears 5. They did a Funko...
No, they did the pop first.
That's what I just said. They did a Funko Pop fake out.
Like, here's pop. Oh, wait, here's the Gears tactics. Okay, here's the real Gears game you wanted. And after watching it, I wasn't even impressed. I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah,
it didn't even look Gearsy to me.
It's from what people have said, it's almost like they're trying to do the Gears of War. I mean, God of War route. I'm not a huge Gears fan.
Like a Last of Us Gears or something weird.
I'm not.
At one point, the girl was like swinging away with something. It's like, why does she have a melee weapon in a cave and like wailing away? It's Gears. Yes, they're making another one. Yay! I don't care.
But probably the other highlight of the conference was
Sony
Cyberpunk 2077.
Which no one showed any real gameplay, so it's like...
Well,
but the world looks cool.
Yeah, the world looks cool.
And it's a red game.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm fine with that.
Sold.
And, yeah, pretty much it ended the show. Looks really great. World doesn't seem generic. People had behind the curtains closed demos. It's an FPS, which is weird for them. But they did it
for them.
They pretty much what they decided to do, from what I've heard, is they want to make it where you're living in the world through this person through your eyes, because the character isn't gonna. You're not getting a. It's not a Witcher. You're not the character. It's not. It's your story to tell. So it looks good. They pretty much said like it's really in depth, but it's only in depth as you can make it. There's RPG elements. It's not an. It's an action RPG, but they actually said to reverse that. It's an RPG first and foremost, then an action game, which is weird, and it's going to be not weird in a bad way. It's weird in like this is going to be experimental to have that with the aspect of a first-person shooter.
So it's a red game. That's all you need to know. It's good.
I can't wait. I really can't wait.
Too bad that's probably
2-3 years off.
I'm thinking early 2020, but that's just me. But I mean, that Microsoft ended on a good note for once.
It ended. Yeah, I really do say Microsoft surprised the hell out of me. Like, Microsoft gave...
So, are they your probably biggest, most improved surprise?
They definitely got the most improved. Because, here's the thing. If you were to take all the conferences as a catalog for...
What you can play on this console in the future, that's a pretty
not even exclusive.
catalog.
This is what E3's meant for. Like, you can't expect every game to get up there and be exclusive unless you're Nintendo, just because they're just a weird... company.
Microsoft basically did what Sony's done the past couple of years.
And it's almost like
and
Sony had it more subdued and focused on more. It's like they flipped.
Yeah.
And
well,
Sony did their own thing.
Sony seems to be either a step ahead or just doing their own thing, but that's them. But I would say we'll just jump straight in the grades. Like Microsoft, you know what? Game for game, it's like. It touched on everything. It's like, what can I
and they didn't stop
against?
To talk about anything bullshit. They were like serving them up, hit. Not everything was a home run, but they served them, hit. They didn't waste no time.
My attention wasn't like, Wayne, maybe a tournament, and then it's like, okay, give a game.
Game. It was like they were like pound for pound, game.
So,
which is what I wanted to do for years.
It's good. No giant surprises or stuff that wows me.
Oh yeah. They're exclusive. That's one thing I'm hoping with these new studios, they can actually, in 5 to 6 years' time, they're going to have some IPs again that are going to surprise us.
That's the next console. That's
a sequel. A sequel to Gears and Halo aren't that surprising.
No,
but the exclusive world premiere trailers they had,
the stuff they pulled, which are I would consider Sony exclusive, but yeah, I mean there's world premieres. It's like it was an impressive conference, very impressive.
What about you, Tite?
It's a B+ for me. Not quite the A-, just because it's like, where's like the suspendus? Like, hey, we grabbed it. I mean, it had it, but it's like not the exclusive. If it's an exclusive here, we have this coming out. I think that would bump it for an A for me, but a B+. It's really, really good.
Yeah,
for me.
Tight.
Yeah, overall, I'll give it a B+ or an A.
B+ or A.
Yeah.
That's like two
I
grades.
like to give a condescending opinion on what my opinion is.
Which is condescending.
Yeah.
All right.
I like to give it 2 grades just in case I want to change it later. So
but you gave. So is it a B+, an A-, or a B+, A-, or A?
I didn't say an A-, I just said an A.
Yeah, so it's a B+ or an A.
It's either a high B or just an A.
So there's no chance it's an A-.
No.
That's the perfect in between the answers you gave. It sounds like A- is the one you want to give it. If you gave it an A,
I just want to give it a B+ or an A.
All right, so after Nintendo,
you might not come back.
After Nintendo ended, I had to look at things.
We had to wait a year for this.
And I was scared at my findings because
just to get the low grade for Microsoft, we can do a wrap up at the end.
I didn't fucking hate Microsoft for once, and I don't feel like they were an A-, but I almost want to say A-. I kind of want to agree with you with a B+. But
it's just that one big here's our Microsoft exclusive push you over the edge.
But
it was good. It's good. I can't ding it. It wasn't bad in any way.
I will say, like, it was a fun conference for once. Like, I usually dread Microsoft. Like, let's hope for Halo. That's it. That's all I care. So Microsoft, you're on a path for redemption, especially with your announcements of new studios. We probably won't see anything come from that, except for maybe some smaller titles next year. But in the next few years, I expect Microsoft to hopefully continue this trend.
Hopefully.
You gotta. Now, let's move on to Sony Computer Entertainment America.
So they get the A or the B? Or the D?
What do you mean? We're grading them now?
Yeah.
What?
No, Microsoft, you dumb.
Yeah,
I said B plus.
Okay, it sounded like you were almost on the verge of giving them an A.
No, I said like they were almost A minus to me.
Okay. Jump into Sony. Well, they covered 4 games. That's all we know.
No, they covered a lot more. They covered.
Okay.
Well-
Okay.
The probably worst
Part.
Okay, excluding EA, the worst part of the whole E3 about all the conferences was that stupid 10 to 15 minute lull after Last of Us 2, which was horrible.
All right, so that was so weird.
Minus that, Last of Us 2.
But Last of Us 2 looked like fucking shit. That's my clickbait title.
I'm out.
All right, Last of Us Part 2. All right, so you got girls kissing, bro. Hooked you up, bro.
And then she stabbed a dude in the neck.
Yeah, dude. Dude,
isn't that
I
like
was-
the
no, it
immediate
really-
like what you would go from 2 girls kissing?
It really disgusted me because as a white male, I felt threatened.
I thought she was stabbing like a black dude or
skinhead or something.
I just feel that's the black dude or skinhead. What are they? Email us at justincast@gmail.com
No, she was stabbing some
with
dude
just
in
the
the
words
neck.
black
I mean-
dude or skinhead.
She was cold-blooded. She didn't want the D.
Cold blood.
She actually really, I think she whispered, and only if you lean in you can hear. She's like, I don't know what color your skin is. I'm not judging. Which I thought was a bold statement from Naughty Dog. You nodded, dog. You nodded. Last of Us 2 looked really, really fun. The Last of Us was an underrated indie title when it first came out.
Right.
So,
I don't know.
what is there to say other than I want to fucking play this game? I want to fucking play this game right now.
Just watch the trailer again.
I love games with Ellen Page in it.
It's not Ellen Page. Ellen Page made the joke that they copied her likeness, but I don't know what you and Chad were on. It's not Ellen Page. She didn't do
Are you
mocap.
saying it doesn't look like
You're
Ellen
thinking
Page?
of that game with Willem
Generic
Dafoe.
white girl with brown hair. Yeah.
Who is a lesbian? Ellen Page.
Well, now it's more. Maybe that's because they're poking fun
I
at
think
her.
that's just all people named Ellen, really. Can you think of a straight white woman named Ellen?
You right.
You can't. You can't.
I don't know. Every time I see that trailer, there's little things I see. Like the last one I saw, when you see her moving around, you notice her hands are actually like placing her hand on the log for like
Is that because she
stability.
doesn't know what to do with
She's
her
actually
hands,
doing
or?
stuff. No, there's little stuff that's like normal human reaction of you moving through the environment. It's not like her stiffly moving
her-
through.
I'm
It's
just
actually
gonna have my hands in my pockets
naturally
when I do
moving.
that.
That's one thing. Like they really fixed on like the animations because all right, Last of Us, I love them, but the whole Joel leaning closer to the ground to hear better, that just kind of looked fucking silly.
Yeah.
And like they didn't show that huge stealth aspect on this game, so I wonder if they're improving that system better. Because one problem I did have with Last of Us is because it kind of at times it wanted you to have the opportunity to be open and stealthy, but then it had that moments where it's like now you got to go kill 30 guys. So I hope like they can.
I feel like if you're doing that, you messed up. I think it was mostly a stealthy game, and you had to.
No. There's certain
avoid
aspects
combat.
that you had to like kill these guys to get past it, and so I'm kind of hoping.
Very few in between.
That's
it was
one
like
thing, it's-
the only one I can remember is when you crash a truck, and it's like, okay, you're stuck in a gunfight, and you had to.
That's what I'm
maybe.
kind of, and I feel like Naughty Dog's going to improve upon not only the gun combat, but just a lot of the stealth in part. Like I think, and the crafting, if they make it more expandable, like the.
Which it looked like they did.
Yeah,
It looked
exactly.
way
That's what I'm
more
like.
expensive.
So, I'm just.
Bomb arrow.
Give me the goddamn game, Naughty Dog. Give me the goddamn game.
Next year.
I want it now.
Next year.
Everything's
Unfortunately,
2019.
everything is January, February, March of next year.
Is it coming out in March?
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
What?
It's weird. It's like
I don't
this
remember that.
It's like the first 3 months of the year. It's just like every stupid game is in that time frame. I'm pretty sure it was.
That sounds like that's getting delayed. Like that sounds like that's their holiday title.
I don't know. I thought it was supposed to be early next year.
I don't think they announced a release date.
I thought it was.
So next, do we want to talk about Spider-Man?
No. First, after their horrible transition, they went into Ghost of Tsushima, which was
Also, all right. Let me point out something, people. They said it was cultural appropriation when they had that Wyke up there and do the flute thing.
I saw a Twitter post about this.
Did you
too.
see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy went up there. Did you know he's like the only other person like there's a non-Japanese master at playing that?
Yeah.
And people are saying it was like cultural appropriation. So,
You're like,
all
this
right.
guy spent his life
All
learning
right.
this art form.
Here's the thing. I really like Last of Us, and I know I said this for The Last of Us, give me Ghost of Tsushima right now, goddammit. That looked like a goddamn movie I would have fucking loved as a child. Like, that literally like I was playing all the cheesy movies I used to watch as a kid. Give me that game.
That fight scene where
that
you had the sun descending, that was probably the most beautiful I've ever seen in a game.
With the leaves, the kicking up of the leaves. The field, that field when you're running through, when you turn and you saw the dark clouds, the sky looked beautiful. It looked like if you could pause that game at any moment, and that almost looked like a goddamn painting.
Or a screensaver, but a beautiful screensaver.
It looked, oh my god, Sucker Punch. Like, I wanted an Infamous. I'm fine. Like, I wanted Infamous eventually. You do you, man. The combat seemed really fun. We didn't see a whole lot, but I'm sure it was our first glimpse of gameplay. I'm sure there's more in depth.
Apparently, that was like a side mission they were showing.
Yeah.
So that wasn't even a main story. That was a side mission.
So I'm thinking there's more to the combat than we've seen. They were just showing it to show off the game. Like, people were kind of complaining the combat didn't look too deep, and it's like...
Well, I mean, as if this being their first showing of actual gameplay, it's like, okay, sold, done, give me.
Oh, yeah, it fucking blew me. Like, that was probably the highlight of the panel, to me, to be honest with you. So...
It's up there.
I like that way more than Last of Us. That was fucking me. Like, if you knew me, you knew that was the game that was going to get me going.
Honestly, between the 4 games, you can't go wrong with picking either one. It wasn't my pick, but I can't argue with it. It was really good.
You just like girls kissing. And there might be that, too. So, what was next? Was it Spider-Man next?
I don't know. I'm distracted by smut. What?
Was there Spider-Man?
No, Spider-Man was the last one.
So then they talked about...
they did some other trailers. They kind of, like, filled in. They made some announcements. I forget what they did. I think they showed... Maybe this is the point they showed Resident Evil 2 Remake or Kingdom Hearts trailer. Resident Evil 2 Remake. That trailer. That opening.
Okay.
That was...
I'm ready to be scared again. Like, did you see...
I hate scary games and I want to play it.
Did you see the transitions it had from cutscene to gameplay? All right, people are saying Leon's face looks weird. Awesome. People are saying Leon's face looks weird.
I thought it looked good.
But here's the thing.
He's a young little boy.
Have you seen Chris, John's brother? Have you seen Chris in Resident Evil? He's had like 5 makeovers.
He's had too many steroids.
But, in this newest game, he doesn't look a thing like Chris, so it's like, calm down. It looked really fucking... They announced this a while ago that they were remaking it.
It was rumored.
They pretty much said it was coming. But it's like... I knew they were going to remake it from the ground up. We didn't know if they were going to do, like, the Resident Evil 1 remake, which is, like, in the same vein. This is, like, what we wanted out of it, too. It's like Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4 style.
I would lean closer to, it's like a 7/4 style.
Which is what we wanted, so...
I didn't know I wanted it until I saw it. I want it. Looks good. So that was one of the big surprises. Like, whoa, that is impressive. It's a game I don't usually normally care about.
It's coming in January, 4 days before Kingdom Hearts. Fuck.
Which is kind of weird. Why Resident Evil likes hitting that January date, but I guess
apparently it worked for them. I guess for them.
For Jill Valentine.
Yeah. Then after that, they showed.
Was it the Kingdom Hearts 3?
No. It went Trover Saves the World, the new Justin Roiland VR game.
Which is a big surprise.
Yeah. I mean, he's really cranking out these VR games. I really hope it's...
What was it VR? It was like...
It's like a platformer.
Oh, it was PSVR exclusive.
Yeah. So I hope... It's like a platformer, which I hope is alright. I wasn't a big fan of the Rick and Morty one. Accounting Plus was alright. It's
more your Rick and Morty comedy. That's all you need to care about.
I mean, I didn't really like the comedy that much in the Rick and Morty one.
Yeah, that one just was more frustrating than anything. It's like, I'm trying to do this one thing and it doesn't want to work.
But like Justin Roiland's like the biggest celebrity embracing VR, so that was not the only thing majorly they had for VR at the major conference, which I'm fine with because it's almost like you need to talk about that on your own because it's still a certain type of market. It's not as widespread as they wanted it to be.
That's why they announced like Tetris Effect before. It's like, we'll do this in another avenue, which is a little less niche.
And then we got the new Kingdom Hearts trailer. The third Kingdom Hearts trailer in 3 days.
And what was the different thing in this trailer?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, the Pirates one. And was it Riku at the very end?
Yeah. Oh, okay,
so both Rikus?
Yeah. Do you know? All right, so
I don't know.
Let's talk about.
Confused why
let's talk about
Rikus
how those models for Johnny Depp in the game Jesus Christ. They don't have to just
scary, but in a good way and also a creepy way.
Also, it sounds like they don't ever have to film another Pirates of the Caribbean again. Just reuse those models. Disney owns those assets now, so just let Johnny Depp go in there and do his fucking
at least
bullshit.
they got a good Johnny Depp impersonator because it actually sounded pretty
It was
close.
me. The role of a lifetime. The man I hate the most.
You've had a lot of practice of being Johnny
I
Depp.
fucking hate Johnny Depp. So the gameplay looked fucking awesome. Sora and Donald and Goofy's models look great. Like there's ship battles in my Kingdom Hearts. Like I said earlier, Ubisoft, when you made that in Assassin's Creed 3, you opened up a goddamn can of worms that isn't going away. Pirates are in every game now. Pirates is the new battle royale.
Pirates is the new zombies.
Yeah, it is, which is weird. It's so weird. So
If Kingdom Hearts 3, we're done.
The Riku,
We're gonna wait 6 months.
Riku talking to Riku at the end. That was Data Riku, which is weird because I didn't think
Okay, that makes
from
sense.
the Chain of Memories, I didn't think that plot point was going to be brought back up. But apparently,
I
everything's
forgot. Yeah.
This game's going to be so cluttered.
Well, I mean, they're supposed to finish off the trilogy.
well, no,
technically.
this is just the end of Xehanort.
Well, I mean, yeah,
He
they're supposed to
says-
be ending a saga, so it
Yeah.
kind of makes sense they have to tie up loose ends.
Whew. So, but we finally saw Kyrie and Lee.
Yeah.
Which Kyrie looking cute.
That almost looked creepy. It's like, was he
Yeah.
hitting on her?
Well, okay. Well, I mean, they're
Or is that
trying.
in another trailer?
No. I mean, they're just. Well, I don't know how many of all the series you played, but
a fair bit of them.
basically what made me think about that is like they're sitting on a hill because they're training to be Keyblade masters, and Kyrie was the image and do you remember 355 over 2 days? What's her name?
2 days squared.
The girl
No,
in that
'cause it
game,
didn't play the
she was
remake.
the girl in that game. She looks very similar to Kyrie, and so that's what people are thinking is that's the closeness. Like
Makes
because
sense.
him and Roxas and her were really close, and so people are thinking that might be like him realizing why there's like a warmth there for him, but he can't remember her. So that's what kind of struck me as sweet. It's like he doesn't remember, but his heart might remember him.
Yeah,
heart might
makes
remember.
sense.
Then they goddamn announced a PS4 Pro KH3. Goddamn, I'm about to drop $400 on that son bitch. I didn't need an upgrade.
Well, maybe get lucky, and by that point, there's a price cut.
Maybe. So
I think by that point, they're due for $50 or something.
So Kingdom
But I
Hearts.
mean, you're supposed to get what? Kingdom Hearts 3, the 1.5, and the 2.8, or whatever
Yeah.
the hell.
Which
so
the
you're
bundle's
supposed to
how-
get like
which
8 games.
you
with
can
it.
get actually this. I think it's every game so far for $100, and you get 1.5 plus 2.5 plus 2.8, and then you get 3 when it comes out. And you actually buy it right now, so you can get every Kingdom Hearts game for $100, which is really good in HD. Really good. I guess now I can talk about it. I am Tetsuya Nomura.
Okay.
But now apparently it came out that the reason why the game was going to be delayed is it's a couple different things. First is the game release date they chose.
Didn't want to compete with Smash. I get it.
Well, no, that's the
bought
thing. It
them
came
off.
in at a busy time, but apparently it's like the Japanese date was said to be a month before, and that for an English
Like Christmas.
because a lot of the time,
Ugh.
pretty much they were going to have it released earlier in Japan, just because it's going to release 4 days earlier in Japan regardless. But it seems to me like they didn't want to compete with the Western market, so they were going to release it in December. But apparently, like they had the option of, do we release it here with a delay, or with a delay between the two versions, or do we delay it a little bit more, get a few more months polished? Because they're already pretty much they were like it was going to be late in the year regardless. So it's like, do we just wait till the new year, till a slower time to release them both like back to back, or do we release it here in the really competitive market? Which it's still Kingdom Hearts. I think like thing is like Square Enix knew like they could probably throw it against anything. It'd be fine. Kingdom Hearts was going to sell.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with it. At least it's not coming out in a busy time, so I should have.
I don't
games to
know.
play.
Every game that's supposed to come out in the first 3 months of the year, I
Yeah.
almost need to like come up with a list of that because that's like a. Oof.
Well, after that, we finally saw gameplay.
I still don't know what the hell this
From
game
Death
is.
Stranding. You're delivering mail and packages.
So this is like a
Amazon
remaster
Simulator.
Paperboy?
Yeah.
Paperboy PS4 edition?
Listen, we've seen this game like 10 E3s in a row
Fetus
now.
boy? I'm delivering fetuses?
Kojima, you have all my faith. I don't know what's fucking happening. I'm down. But I mean...
You deliver packages and avoid the invisible guys.
I mean, I'm assuming that the fetus delivery is like his original mission, and he's probably going to stumble upon some more shit. That's all.
Kojima, why? I'm
I
confused.
mean, from what I could tell,
You weird fuck, come move in with me.
From what I could tell from like the newest trailer, like the fetus lets the machine thing know where these invisible guys are. So
yeah. So there's still huge question marks. We just know for a fact you walk around in the game. That's about all we learned.
Yeah, we saw him traverse up hills and across
all I can
fields.
say is he can carry a huge amount of weight.
Voice acting wise, it looks like it'll be top notch.
Yeah,
They got some big names for it.
I mean, they got some big actors. After that, they revealed something I'm really excited for, but kind of like dampered a little bit more after some of the other announcements.
Destiny 2 DLC?
Fuck. Fuck no. Neo 2. I played the shit out of the first Neo.
Big.
I only heard you talk about it for
but it's like
a month.
Well, it seems too soon. It's like
it just came out 2016. End of 2016, or was it early last year?
Early 2016.
Early.
Like,
So I mean,
you
know how like Dark Souls 2 and 3. So I mean, I could see it being late next year. That's 2.5 years. So what's really weird to me about Neo is like, it felt like it would have been a bigger announcement had we not have like 3 other samurai games come out too.
Hey, are you in China or Japan? Because everybody else is making a game.
It's like Neo, you're like the Samurai Dark Souls, but they're making Samurai Dark Souls. The actual people, like Daddy's making Samurai Dark Souls, and you want a really hyper-realistic samurai game? Ghost of Tsushima's going to do that better. Like, so it's weird because it's like, I thank you, Neo, because maybe Neo's success helps some of these games kick off. I'll get it.
It's more
And
Neo.
it's more like a classical Dark Souls, so if Sekiro isn't more like that and you want that itch, so there's Neo. The more Dark Souls-like content, I guess, the better, until it is not. Until there's like one that's just like trash. When there's a kid version of a Dark Souls, like Hello Kitty Souls, we'll see. After that, they showed gameplay for Spider-Man, where Spider-Man got gangbanged on a roof of New York.
Yeah.
All I know is every time I see the game, it looks better and better, and the more I want it.
And September can't come fast enough.
I mean, supposedly you can't kill people in there, but you can let them fall off roofs. And
why the hell would Spider-Man kill anybody?
And you just determine their fate because they just fell
Well,
off
that's
a
the
roof.
thing. You can actually pay $1 and you get a chance to get a gun out of a loot box, but it's a very low chance.
All I'm saying is in the demo they showed of like whoever playing it, he kicked a guy off a roof. You don't technically kill anyone in this, but you can let them fall off roofs, and the game determines if they live or not. So, apparently.
So they ended with Spider-Man. The game is looking really fun. I can't wait to play it.
Sinister 6.
You got the Sister 6. You're right, John.
Sinister.
The Sinister 6. I think that's pretty much it for Sony.
Well, I mean, they pretty much accomplished what they wanted. They focused on their 4 big games.
Yeah,
and threw
I mean
in some
that's
little things.
that's one thing I was like, they threw some more, so they didn't want you to make them think it was having like a huge like blowout thing, because all their major development teams are in development. Like you couldn't expect.
You just had God of War come out, and here's your big 4 coming out with stuff. It's like
they had nothing to show.
2 games that were like, we have no clue what they're about, and we know what
that's one thing I'm like, I wonder maybe that's why Microsoft had it better than usual, because it's like Sony's like, we're spending 20 minutes each on all these things, so that's killing an hour, and then we're going to have some trailers sprinkled in, and then we're going to have the press awkwardly walk for 15 minutes.
Exclusive games that you will only find on a Sony platform.
So it was solid.
It wasn't awkward, it was an experience.
It was the PlayStation experience.
Exactly.
But,
10 minutes dead time, though, was the worst thing I've seen in the past.
Time to go
couple
check
years
things out
online. It was more cringeworthy than EA.
Yeah.
That's why I was like,
it's pretty much like, y'all fucking ready? Let's go. Be right back. And it's like, I was so scared after they did, because they went to Last of Us and the Ghost of Tsushima. I thought they were going to go to a different arena. I was like, fuck no. I was like,
everything.
I was like, Sony, this is a goddamn train wreck. I was
so
scared.
The only ones that like, okay, they can recover.
I think that was an idea originally, and somebody's like, hold on.
Oh wait, we got to empty a theater and 10 minutes is not enough? We messed up.
You got to think,
Someone
like,
got
people
fired.
are like, somebody's like, God damn, I got to move my laptop 4 times.
Other than that train wreck,
D.
I guess. You know what? At the beginning, I was like, you know what? You fucked up more than EA. I was so
scared. I was so scared.
You can't give them an A. I think they're a B plus, just because they had good energy, and the 4 games they showed in depth were top notch, and it wasn't some awkward guy standing here playing, going, "Here's what I'm doing, play by play." It's like,
pre-rendered.
Yeah, I'm like, no, it's B plus for me. It was good.
Jose.
Tite.
I didn't really care that there was a 10-minute
You give
awkward
him an A.
I didn't.
Well, you
You're
just
more
looked at
forgiving than
porn
me.
in the 10 minutes.
Yeah, you do what if you're not at the experience, you do whatever you want until they get. Hey, we're back. Here's the next thing.
It just felt like if you were doing that, you could fill in more, and they tried to fill in. It's like, here's some Call of Duty sprinkle information, but they only did so little.
That's my thing. It's like
just
you had those 10
sitting here
minutes. Like the
talking.
guys were sitting outside. I was like, that's what makes me think maybe something happened.
Maybe.
That's
I
where
don't know.
because Sony didn't have a huge conference. That's where Microsoft got all these Japanese games. That's what they could have filled that 10 minutes with. Literally,
Random
you could have
trailers.
Vesperia, like all that go right there. It's like
just trailers.
mask the awkwardness when they didn't have it.
I can't give them an A when they fumbled.
I don't think they were
minutes.
deserving of an A. I don't feel like they were deserving of a B.
And they were nice games.
I think they were deserving of a D.
I mean, the experience, if you were there, like, that's your own opinion. But I think in terms of what we saw, besides that 10-minute gap, I think it was overall an A.
Nah, I'll give them a B.
B, solid B.
And like I said, if you were at home,
If they didn't have that 10-minute...
stop or mute the stream for like a few minutes, look back every now and then, see if it's bad.
I understand the in-depth. One thing I will knock them for is E3 is a time for announcements. And it still felt... Okay, for Ghost of Tsushima, that was a full blowout. Last of Us, pretty good sized blowout, because it wasn't a reveal. I mean, gameplay reveal, that was good.
But that's the
Spider-Man, they tempered back on, which I'm still thinking we're probably going to see something from Spider-Man at Comic-Con. There's going to be some story. There's another trailer.
Was there gameplay reveal anywhere else before this?
For what? Spider-Man? Yes, plenty. We've seen it plenty.
Okay.
Twice
Yeah.
gameplay, but this was kind of like big story reveal.
Okay.
So outside of the Pirates world and Resident Evil, I didn't get no big announcements. But
that was a pretty impressive showing of a game. This E3 was kind of hard because there wasn't huge surprises. Microsoft kind of had all the huge surprises.
That's why I'm like, if I give Microsoft a B+, I feel like overall their conference was stronger to me than Sony, so that's what I'm saying.
The only thing,
if I were to give Sony a B+, I'd have to bump Microsoft to an A, which I don't think they were.
So
that's why I'm back. That's why I'm back
Yeah,
and forth.
that's
Just because it's like Microsoft had the games, but it's like you didn't give me the exclusive. Sony was, here's our exclusives. We're focused. So it's like one was playing to each strength and ignoring its weakness. So it's like,
but I'd say the cards Microsoft had, they played well, and Sony did the same thing. Like, Sony's pretty much like, hey, 2018 isn't our year outside of Spider-Man, but fucking if all these games drop in 2019, yeah, they fucking got it.
One of the few years you could actually argue Microsoft and Sony who had the better conference.
Yeah.
Because honestly, it feels like the last 3 years it was just Sony.
Yeah.
Microsoft was not at the table.
I will say last year, nah.
Last year they
I don't
had
remember. When's the last time Microsoft had a good one?
Oh, no, I mean, like, in terms of who won, it definitely wasn't Microsoft last year, but I definitely say it wasn't Sony. Sony was also like
I'm saying,
repeat
usually
conference.
people try to compete the two.
Yeah.
I thought you were like Sony won just because of that Crash teaser.
That was like 2 years ago, bro.
I can't remember. All I know
I
is
don't
you
remember
freaked the
last
fuck
year that
out
well.
over it.
Whatever. We're this year.
The
final one, which apparently Reed's already gave it a quadruple S + score. So do we agree?
For Nintendo?
Yeah,
We're
for
gonna
Nintendo.
go over any like major reveals or
Apparently Reed's opinion is the only thing that matters. So yeah.
in terms of Nintendo.
Yeah. Well, that's with any E3 now.
Okay, well,
fine. Okay, what did Nintendo start with first?
The Daemon Ex Machina,
Which was a cool,
which is done
movie.
by the producer of Armored Core, which I've been wanting a revival of for a while, and it looks like it's Switch exclusive.
It is.
So I'm fucking pumped.
That's
like
a good
I'm
one.
like I want, but okay. So they showed in the Treehouse a lot more customization of the character, and I'm hoping the robots have that. All right. So the first couple Armored Cores weren't super in depth for it, but it had a lot of customization.
It depends which. Okay, as the Armored Core series progressed, it evolved. It got a lot more customizable to the point where.
But I had bowed out at that point.
Well, by that point, you could make whatever the hell you want. It could be a tank. It could be a quadruped. It could have 8 legs and tentacles. For all the hell I know, you can make whatever dang robot you wanted. It looks good. It looks like has the anime-esque, fast-paced fighting that a lot of Armored Cores sort of lack, just because it's kind of too clunky.
Yeah.
Realistic armor fighting.
It definitely.
This looks good.
It looks more personable, I would say, like this. So, it looks really good. They showed more gameplay, and it's coming this year, which I kind of think might
Are
get
they confirmed for this year?
I think so. During a Treehouse, they said it's coming later this year. I think they said they pretty much said everything they showed was.
I
this
didn't
year.
watch much outside of the conferences, so that's news to me.
That's one thing that I think Nintendo was good about this year. They pretty much said they're always showing stuff that's coming this year, almost to a fall, which we'll get on later.
I just don't remember saying a date during their.
I think they just said this year. I think generic, but I think that's getting pushed back. After that, we had Xenoblade DLC, which Xenoblade's over 1 million copy seller. I don't know if you saw during the Treehouse.
Nope.
They showed some of it. Fiora and Shulk are blades you can summon, and they really look good in this art style. So much so people like Xbox. I'm not Xbox, but is Xenoblade 1 remake in this graphic style, please?
It's more Xenoblade DLC.
But they're actually releasing the DLC expansion pack physically for $40, which is weird.
Is that supposed to be like a complete edition?
No, it's you're buying a physical copy of the expansion, but you can't play it unless.
Well,
you have
I guess it's sort of almost like its own game.
Yeah. They say it's like almost content enough to be another game. I'm thinking about getting it. I'm glad I didn't buy the expansion pass yet because I feel like I've wasted my money at that
I
point.
didn't even realize there was an expansion pass for it.
Yeah.
I've just been playing the base game. It's like I don't.
And you see characters like Jin, Malios, all that. I think it's Malios.
Yeah. More Xenoblade, good.
Then the next part, Reed teased me because apparently me and Reggie say Pokemon the same way. So, but Pokemon.
Reed, you go suck a big D1.
Pokemon. But so they showed
that was
Let's
pretty
Go.
brief.
You say Pokemon?
Yeah, I mean because they just did.
First
they just
episode
showed
I
Ash.
know. It just seems weird. It's like you already did a dedicated one, and now you're reminding us it's coming out. It just
and they showed more, and they showed a lot
voice.
more. They had like a 45-minute gameplay demo on the Treehouse. I know I'm already getting it, and I actually got it for that price air. Thank you, Amazon. After that, another title I'm really excited for: Super Mario Party. Because it's going back to the board game style. Yeah. No more fucking car.
I mean,
no more stupid gimmicks. And online. They confirmed another thing. It's going to have online mini gameplay.
Someone's going to go to the bathroom. Why isn't this person going?
I mean, Luigi can win by doing absolutely nothing. I don't know if you've seen the video.
No.
Literally, somebody has a YouTube series like Luigi wins Mario Party 1 by doing absolutely nothing. It's
with like
him just
mini
making
games
his
and all
character
that.
stand there and winning, yeah. So, I'm glad. Yeah, traditional boards, no fucking car. But then they showed Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Chris! No, he's not here.
They showed a little bit into it, and it's like, okay.
Great to have it back on console. No limitations. Like, I will say the one thing, me and Chris were talking about this. The character designs they've showed so far, there's no, like, stand-out-ish design.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's supposed to be the main character in this.
Well, apparently they showed the protagonist, but there's like these 3 central characters to the plot. But none of them like stand out like Fates or Awakening did to me.
Yeah.
But there's a whole lot more. You know, Fire Emblem's gonna have a whole lot more characters.
Yeah, but they get pushed to early next year, which
it's
sad.
Which is really sad because that was supposed to be like another holiday title for Nintendo. Yoshi got pushed back. That's officially delayed.
Yeah, that didn't show up, but
they even the eShop updated and said coming 2019. Which for some reason, Yoshi's Woolly World Yoshi titles have a hellish development time or something.
I don't know.
Then they showed off Fortnite, which
available that day
and downloaded over 2 million times in 24 hours. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
Over 2 million times in 24 hours. So, like, and it was leaked. That's huge. That's like the biggest game right now, and it's coming to Switch. But then Sony's not willing to. If your Fortnite account has ever logged into a PS4, you can't log into the Switch. Yeah, you cannot. You have to make a new Epic account, which actually sounds like. I wonder if the Xbox had this problem because I wonder if that's maybe inflated numbers.
Probably.
But no, Sony did play ball. They unlocked your account for PC play. But their reason was we have a huge player base on the PS4, and it's like you know, when Switch, Xbox, and PC are all playing ball, it just sounds like you can just pretty much just flip a switch. In fact, there was Fortnite was actually cross-platform playable after one update for Fortnite.
It was
like
for a day.
Yeah, for a day. Like, and it's like then somebody turned that switch. So whatever. Hollow Knight. They showed off Hollow Knight and it released that day. I'm about 6-ish hours into it because
it's good. It finally came to that.
Yeah, and it was so weird because they announced it so long ago, and it's like, all right, give me a date, and then it's like I even thought to myself, it's got to come out today. Like, how have you kept it this long? But damn. Then they showed off Octopath coming next month. Yep, they got a demo that came out today or yesterday that carries over into the games, like some of your stats and stuff. So I might actually try it out.
I'm still gonna wait. I want it. I'm afraid if I play it now, I'd get too much of an itch and need to play more.
Then Fighters is coming, Crash Trilogy. This one pretty much they showed off
a lot of third parties finally coming over to Switch, which is good, but it's like I've already had them on the other platforms for a year plus.
And then they showed some third parties like Ninjala and stuff. Then the Direct ended. They covered nothing else. Except for fucking Smash Brothers, you dumb fuck. Okay. Sakurai came on. He rained down goodness upon the boys and girls of the world.
Don't ever ask anything from me again.
Yeah. Alright, so how they introduced it, I really thought was genius.
It was good.
Because it's like, here's the numbers, and then you start watching, it's like, oh, cool. Oh, cool. Oh, fuck, Ice Climbers? Oh my god, Ice Climbers. Oh my, Pokemon Trainer? Inkling? Oh my god, Cloud? Snake? Everybody's here. Pichu? Holy shit. Young Link? Wolf? Everyone's back. That's like a huge blowout to pretty much be like, everybody's coming back. I've seen people argue, why waste time bringing these characters back? Like, people,
someone wants them back. And
somebody somewhere wanted Young Link back. Somebody somewhere wanted Pichu back. And, introducing stuff like Echo Fighters, which gives more opportunity for some characters that normally wouldn't. Like, people really wanted Daisy, and people really, stretched what could Daisy's moveset be. And now she's a skin, basically, and she has her own, different colors, and it's like, that
she's
works
in the
out.
game. That's all that matters.
You're getting Daisy, she's not getting her own thing. We're holding out.
They can eventually get there. If they can put Ridley in there, I think they can eventually figure out Gino.
That was the final thing. Bomberman's an assist trophy, which people wanted him as a playable character, but I really do agree with, I think even Sakurai said something once, or somebody did. Somebody said, it's hard to come up with a moveset for Bomberman.
Bomb.
Well, you'd have to have variation on it. That's kind of hard. I mean, you can make it, but
sure,
it's kind of like
he almost and kick, but it's like, okay, ultimately he's going to throw a bomb.
Yeah, and he almost works better than assist trophy. It actually looks fun.
Doesn't he just go around the thing laying bombs and then they go off and don't be in their path? Pretty much.
Pretty much. That's pretty much Bomberman. But really and truly, that caught me off guard. I didn't think they were going to reveal that everybody's in the game.
I figured it's like they could probably.
I knew Smash 4. I pretty much knew they were all going to be back.
Yeah, that seemed like the safe bet. It's like they probably sold the licenses,
and
they could extend it.
People are saying this is a port of 4. They even said Sakurai built it from the ground up. Not himself, but it's like everybody. You're porting, and it's people like, oh, you're reusing assets. Every fighter game uses assets.
Yeah.
So it's like, but they rebuilt the models, re-rigged some. And people like Link, it's not all the characters getting drastic. Everybody got at least 1 or 2 little changes.
I've heard people say that Bowser looks really good with his new skin.
Yeah. Well, Bowser's getting a few things. There's people like Peach, Toad's in her moveset more now. When she punches, Toad punches in a few attacks. Mario's getting Cappy in a few instances. It seems like the cape has a little bit of a longer hit time. Link gets detonating bombs.
Feels like it's like a 4.9. It's like, I don't know if I quite say it's a Smash 5, but it's pretty dang close.
Well, what I'm hoping is but
I mean, they have enough time to add enough content that it's okay. Okay, it is the definitive. Okay, it
of
is
everything
the
because
Smash.
Right now there are 83
But right now you've
stages.
rehashed everything you've used.
There
so
are
it's like, okay.
83 confirmed stages for the game, so pretty much we know every stage is going to be in here and then some. So,
which is a lot of work to get all that in. That's why it's like, okay, it is Ultimate.
And that's what maybe is making me think they call it Ultimate, and Sakurai saying it's the last Smash Brothers
It's
game.
like best of.
But they even said, I think Bill Trinan or somebody translated for him saying, he calls it the last time because if you have it, his reason for that is if I were to ever say I'm going to make a sequel to Smash Brothers, he's like, well, I'll just put this character in the next game. He wants to make the best of the game that he's going to make, and so I really think they might pull one on us. It's something people have been wanting Nintendo to do for something like Mario Kart. Make it a platform. Literally, just here's Smash Brothers.
Well, it's early enough. It might
Switch.
as well be.
Yeah,
like
that's
a
what I'm saying.
platform.
There's gonna be Smash content, like kind of like Splatoon. Like you don't have to have it as often as Splatoon, but literally it's like every 3 to 4 months. Here's a new character or a stage.
It's early enough in the Switch life cycle that it's like, okay, you can add all the content you want.
And right now we got
and
65 characters, 68 with Echo Fighters, and they showed off Ridley, and he said they focused more on getting all these characters back. So we hope you're happy, not too upset that we're only adding a few more characters. So I definitely think they're going to hit the 70 mark. I'm thinking 2 to 4 more. That's it. So you're probably going to have...
What, by release or by...
Yeah, by release.
By release.
You racist.
I don't...
We're probably
I don't think we'll see it by the end of the year like that. I think they maybe sprinkle in one more.
Oh, no, I'm not thinking... I'm thinking, like, final rosters 2 to 4. I think how we're going to do is we're going to have...
By the end of this year?
No, I'm not saying they're going to reveal it. I'm saying 2 to 3 more directs. I think Smash is going to be like 1 or 2 of them. I think Smash is going to get a little focused direct because if you're spending all this time on stage and stuff, like, what's the big aspect of 4 that people complained about that they really could fix? Is single-player stuff. Bring back adventure mode.
That's one thing they could focus on.
That's what I'm thinking. We're going to get a Smash Direct later. So we might only see, like, one more character outside of that. But I'm honestly thinking, like, if this game's been in development since late 2015, early 2016, they've had time to bring everything back. If they had the same dev team as last time, if not bigger, because Bandai's back helping, I think they could have 5 to 6 new characters ready on top of everything. But I definitely think, just like Duck Hunt Dog and a few others in 4, they're going to be secret till the end, of course, till Japan gets it leaked out or something, or ESRB.
Maybe.
So I'm thinking we're going to hit at least 70. I mean, we're only 2 away. I think we might hit it. We might have even more than that if they include Echo Fighters, like Give Us Shadow. There's a few other obvious ones.
Isn't he a trophy, though?
He's an assist. Okay, here's the funny thing is they added Knuckles as an assist trophy, but Shadow hasn't shown up in any of the gameplay. Now, granted, his assist trophy could be turned off for the demo, but people are thinking that's just an easy Echo. Just like Peach and Daisy, literally just keep the same moveset as Sonic. Just have a few more
different enough. He almost needs his own. He seems like he's floaty.
But here's the thing. They said Daisy and Peach.
What are you talking about? Shadow's gonna have a gun.
But they're saying
busting caps.
That's one rule for soccer. They can't have guns.
Yeah, beam rifles.
Snake with a bazooka, though.
Yeah, you can't have a gun. That's his thing, or shoot bullets. But so I mean, there's stuff like they said like Daisy and Peach are gonna have different properties and stuff. So you could make him floatier. You could make him slightly slower than Sonic. You could have more lag time on moves. Have him punch different. It's enough. He pretty much said like when people complain about the clone characters, what they're calling Echo Fighters, they complain it's taking up the slot for somebody. I think he said like the development time for one Echo Fighter is like 1/6 to 1/8 of a regular fighter. So no, it's almost like a little bonus. It's not like
it's almost like an enhanced skin at that point.
Yeah. So it's nothing else. It's really to throw bones for the characters that people like it. So I feel like one day we're going to have another Smash discussion. Because there's way too much to talk about for hopes and dreams. We'll probably make like a top 5 characters wanted list.
We'll probably do another one of these when they do another direct, and I'm sure they'll throw Smash in at some point.
I don't think so. I think they're actually going to cancel Smash.
Sure.
But so let's get down to the final grades.
They've already confirmed pre-selling
December 7th,
million copies already.
So, Tyler, what do you think about the Nintendo Direct?
Who?
Nintendo. Oh, sorry, Tite Kubo. I was trying to talk to my friend Tyler.
But he's too busy looking at
not
smut
here right now.
Tyler, quit jacking off. Tite, what do you want? What are you going to grade? What are you going to grade? Tite.
A meh?
I wouldn't give it a letter yet. I'd just give it a meh.
A meh.
You're just doing that to piss Reed off.
It's a meh.
It's a meh and or, I guess, a high B. Not a B plus, but a high B.
So, B...
High
asterisk.
B.
Meh, high B.
Sure. What would bump it up to an A?
Yeah. Well, I'd say
I don't know,
honestly.
really.
Here's some. I think Nintendo. They came in with the mindset that.
I mean, we came in thinking, okay, they're going to focus on Smash. They went heavy in Smash, and they gave us pretty much
But I thought
all we wanted.
The only
I
game
felt surprised and
not much else
underwhelmed almost.
because it's
I
like
mean, they
you
had
have-
some good RPG.
But here's the thing,
stuff
it's
I'm
like-
not
yeah,
into,
they had some
so-
stuff,
But
but
it's
it's like
like-
you
but
didn't
it's like,
show
where's-
enough of it.
I know
Where's the other
Metroid's.
stuff?
Reggie came out and said they want to show stuff. They don't want like tease stuff
Yeah.
for years, and
But
that's
it's
kind of
like-
a new mindset because that's not how the game industry really works. So it's like you could just show Metroid this year and then still show it next year, and people will still be hyped.
Yeah.
And so Nintendo's still weird in that aspect. Like you got stuff like there's an Animal Crossing. Like you literally could have just had a villager
Yeah.
walk out and said, "Yeah, there's an Animal Crossing." Like, but they just said they wanted to focus on games coming this year and then early next year. So I mean, Fire Emblem got delayed, but I feel like they had to talk about that now.
But that's the thing. It's like you have these other big titles, and it seemed like they barely glanced at them. It's like you could have extended your direct and had a better direct if you like. Here's some more Fire Emblem stuff. It's like if it's coming out in 6 months, show some Fire Emblem. Not like glance at it.
I guess next time.
I felt a little
I
disrespected. It's like these other big titles. Like no, we want to focus on Smash, which is legitimate. Fine, focus on Smash, but these other ones deserve some spotlight.
Yoshi. There's like all these other titles we know are coming, and it's just like you're not even mentioning them. And so I
that
guess
was the disappointing part for me.
Yeah, I'll definitely agree with that because it feels like I guess next time Nintendo says they're focusing on games coming out this year, then yeah, if they're not confirmed coming out this year, don't expect them because unless Nintendo learns, because it's like look at Sony. All right, we've known about Spider-Man for 3 years now. We knew about God of War. We saw that 2 E3s in a row, 2 or 3 E3s in a row. It's like yeah, it still builds hype. It's
It's one of those things Sony can get away with because it's like, okay, we'll announce it, and then next year we'll show 5-10 minutes, but like, okay, here's the reason you should be hyped that it's coming out within the next 6 months.
And there's nothing wrong with that, and it seems like that's something like Nintendo did that back in the Wii era, and it's like, I don't know, the whole direct model is kind of running thin because they're making it shorter.
It works.
It's cutting out the fluff, but...
It works, but if you have a game coming out in 6 months, you want to promote it a little more than here's the short little trailer.
Yeah.
And that's what Sony tends to do right. It's like, okay, if it's coming out more than 6 months, we're going to say, here's an announcement trailer, here's a little bit to get you excited, maybe type gameplay, or at least a good trailer. And if it's coming out soon, here's actual gameplay. But this one with Nintendo kind of fell flat for me, which is weird because they usually hit it. It was still good, it's just... At this point, just make it a Smash Direct and just don't even bother with the other
Which
stuff.
I'm fucking fine with. Like, I just... With Nintendo, I have a really bad habit of just overhyping everything. Or, like, not overhyping my expectations. Like, I really thought they were going to give a blowout. And, like, all they had to do was show Smash, and I was going to be fucking happy. And I think they knew that.
It was good.
And so, they said they're going to have more to show in the coming months. So maybe... They're just like E3 is their big media time, so they're just like, let's just throw our stuff this year. So maybe in 3 or 4 months we're gonna get a Yoshi, we're gonna get a Bayonetta update, this or that. So, I'm. So Tyler said a high B.
As weird as it is for me, I think I stick with the B plus just because. You know what? You showed Smash great, and it gave me pretty much all that I wanted. But the other games that you showed is like. Why not more? I'm disappointed.
Why do you say something so controversial yet so brave? All right, I gave
Because
Sony.
Nintendo can't do everything, right? It's just like Fire. Come on, show me more Fire Emblem. That's good.
Yeah.
Show me more of this brand new IP, the Machina game, a little bit more. It's like you showed me this sweet trailer and gameplay. It's like, can you go a little bit more in depth during this direct? I know you did it in the treehouse, but it's like I only watched your press conference, so it's like. Yes, I'm excited and I'm trying to watch more, but it's like, if I'm purely grading off your conference, it's like, come on, Nintendo, a little bit more. But that's why it's B plus for me. It's like, so borderline A. I want to give it an A, but it's like, not quite there.
So, I gave Sony a B.
You didn't give me Gino, you son.
I gave Sony a B. I gave Microsoft a B plus. I gotta admit, kind of disappointed at the Nintendo Direct. No Animal Crossing, no Pikmin, no Metroid, no Yoshi, no Bayonetta.
No Super Mario Odyssey 2.
But baby, they showed Smash, so 10 out of 10, baby. Here we go, A+, baby.
Yeah.
I'll give it a B+. Actually, yeah, I'll give it a B+. It's almost literally if they would have mentioned any other main ship title, it probably would be an A. If they showed like another trailer of Metroid, I'm fine. But it's like, I guess that's on me for making expectations.
Not showing it's like one thing to ding. It's just, but I mean, what you did show is
now for the podcast. I'm planning on making an E3 video of my own. I might rethink this because I didn't flag Sony for having more than they said they would. I mean, I didn't say like they should have shown more. Like they tempered it, and I guess Nintendo did say we're showing 2018 titles. So I guess that's me.
Finally gone through them all. As I was sort of looking at these, besides EA, it was actually a good E3 overall. I think everybody was maybe not firing on all cylinders, but they were definitely. They put a good presentation. Like what we got.
I'd say for the people that are usually on top for me, Nintendo and Sony, it wasn't a huge, fantastic year.
No.
But for the people that are usually the dogs, they definitely improved.
Yeah.
So I feel like overall, it's like I'd say a B. I'd say a B for this E3.
It was like Microsoft. They didn't have the exclusives, but you know what? If you wanted a big, giant game catalog, they showed it for you. Sony, they showed you big game titles, first-party exclusives in depth that you cared about. Good for you. If you're Nintendo, if you're really into Smash, they showed all that for you. So each one had their strengths, and each definitely had weaknesses. And it's kind of hard to pick the better because they kind of each did their own thing, and they did it well. So it kind of depends how you want to say which one was better. Microsoft showed the bigger catalog. Sony showed more depth, more games, and
Nintendo brought the Smash hype.
Smash.
That's all they had to say, though. Like, literally,
which is fine.
All right, so I will say,
how do you say which one's better?
Smash. So
I mean, I can't say Sony was best just because they had a 10-minute stupid fest. I almost want to say Microsoft did a better E3 because here's our catalog. Here's what you can play on a Microsoft console.
I didn't want to be
scared. Can't play on a Switch.
I really. That's the one thing. After E3 was over, after Nintendo Watch, I watched the Smash Direct again, and I look back on it, and I really do believe Microsoft won E3 for what E3 is. Here's our catalog of games.
If they weren't the best, they're top two.
It feels like I'm not me saying that. I feel like I'm lying to myself saying that, but it's like you can't.
5+ years.
They finally learned. It's like we want games, Microsoft, and they gave us games.
And like literally, they had the most improved. Like, and I honestly feel like this might be just the one time because it's like Nintendo just had Smash to show, and Sony's all their stuff's out. So literally, like next year, it might just be back to them being the whipping boys. But it's like
maybe
they got one. They won.
Who knows what they show?
But overall, it was a good E3, and I can't wait for next year when some of these titles have come out or we're getting some concrete dates. So
I almost need to go through all the games and actually figure out month by month what's coming out, so I figure out what I need to play and what needs to wait.
You can get them all anyway.
I've got to play them at some point.
So overall, ready to cut it. Overall, I will say for this E3. I will grade it. I'll award it no points, and may God mercy have on your gaming souls.
May God mercy.
Fuck you, Chad.